try something real quick? This
Let's
mic
try
says it
something.
has like a clip guard on it, so I'm gonna yell. Let me know
All
if
right,
it hurts.
viewers at home,
Oh
be
wait, what?
prepared.
We're streaming already?
We're streaming. We're live.
Oh
Yeah,
hi.
let's do it live.
Well
Do a
done.
live stream test. Go for
I'm
it.
glad I got out all the racist stuff before the chat.
Wow.
Oh god,
Oh no.
we're
He's
gonna get
not.
canceled.
Yeah,
Oh
we got
boy.
canceled already. So, hello, my name is DM Steve. Welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beginner's Box. With me are the Otari 2600s, Rick, Brianna, Jordan, and Nina. Say hi, guys.
Hi,
Hi,
guys.
Every time. Yeah, in case you haven't checked out either our stream or our videos on YouTube, depending on where you're catching us, we are a group of 5th edition veterans who are dipping our toes into the world of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, this big, scary, monstrous beast known as Pathfinder. And so far, I mean, we've been having a lot of fun, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yes.
Oh
Mhm.
totally.
I'd say yes.
I have noticed it's been affecting my Dungeons and Dragons DMing because I constantly mentally apply the 3-action economy system to 5e, and when people do stuff that's not allowed in Pathfinder, my immediate response is to call them out for cheating, and then I have to rein it in. So it's pretty fun system, I guess. I don't know. For me personally, I look forward to Wednesday nights because it's just seeing something new. It still has that exciting thing. 5e, I feel like we've seen it all, we've done it all. You know what I mean?
Yep, I hear you.
I mean, I still have other classes I want to play and try, but yeah, I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on the system.
Oh yeah, that mythic thing called playing Dungeons and Dragons and not just running it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a thing. Brianna gave me a chance to play through Curse of Strahd this year, so
I did, and then
It was so
you
good.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wreaked havoc on my game by deciding to be racist against humans in a mostly human module.
well, that is true.
It's
That
all
is
good.
kind of true. I didn't really think about that logistically because we were just making characters from Exandria and we made characters from the Kryn dynasty, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be an orc. I don't like humans. I don't, we're none of us are humans, right? So I'm just gonna be like kind of anti-human. And then the reality set in, which is like the whole module is human centric, and it was
Yeah.
a bigger part of that character than I intended it to be when I made the character.
Oh, it was really funny.
Yeah, a Goliath was always having to be like, "All right, you need to
It's gonna be
calm
the voice of
down.
reason.
Please, we need to talk to these people. Stop trying to kill everybody."
Well, justice was served when I got reincarnated as a human.
Oh,
That
it
is
was so good.
correct.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and then I think I grew. My heart grew 3 sizes that day.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah. So why don't we go around and we can have everyone just introduce your name and your character that you're playing and anything else you want to like put out there into the world. And let's start. I'm going to start in the bottom corner here. Let's do Nina first.
Hello, my name is Nina. I am currently playing Valerie. She's a level 2 fighter, super buff lady, just wants to hit things. And I try to do my best with an English accent on her.
Very, very cool. Okay, let's do Rick next.
Hi, my name is Rick. I'm playing the Whisper Elf, Halresian. He is a level 2 rogue.
And I forget, are you doing an accent?
I am doing a terrible accent.
Oh, that's right, like the sort of like
Francois.
Creole French kind of thing. Yeah.
On God.
All right, let's do Brianna next.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I play Ezrin. Ezrin is a human wizard, and I'm doing a very poor attempt of a Australian accent.
You are that wizard from down under.
Yep.
All right, last up, Jordan.
I am Jordan. I'm playing Cairo. He's an old wizened man from the south, which everyone hates that I made him southern, but that's where we are.
That
'Cause
evolved, right?
Yeah,
You
that
did-
Yes.
evolved. I was just like, just doing the old guy voice didn't seem like it was enough, so I had to add a little something extra in there. And the great thing about a Southern accent is it infects everybody else's accent work. And by the end of the session, we're all kind of from the South.
Howdy.
Yeah,
Yeehaw.
that seems to be the gist of it. All right, and I am Steve,
The DM.
DM Steve. Although I guess for Pathfinder I should be GM Steve, right?
Yep.
So I am
Indeed.
the DM GM Steve. And I'm here navigating this group through the beginner's box. So Pathfinder or Paizo released a beginner's box, which is a good jumping on point to Pathfinder Second Edition because it's been out for at least a full year, and then the playtest was like a year before that at least. Right, so it's been out for a little while, but they finally released this beginner's box, which is a box set that says, "Hey, you don't know how to play Pathfinder, or you don't know how to play RPGs at all. Buy this and jump in." And we get to start with a bit of a head start because we have a lot of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons under our belt, and it's a very similar kind of game with just unique things. So we are just playing through this module, and when I pitched this idea for this show to you guys, I said, "Hey, do you guys want to come do like a 3-stream session where we can get through the beginners?" I said 2, maybe 3 sessions, and we'll get through the whole content. And we just barely got through 3 sessions. This is our 4th, and we are not at the end at all. But it's been great. So
There's a lot of content to chew because it's interesting. What I like about it, especially the way that you're running it, GM Steve, is
thank
that
you.
we whenever something comes up that's different, we kind of talk about it and break it down and be like, okay, how do we feel about this? Yeah, do we like this or do we not like this? This is how it works. And those conversations I find are really interesting as someone who DMs as well. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better. And the other layer we're putting on top of it is we're treating it like the video game tutorial. So whenever a new mechanic comes up, the whole game pauses and you have to close the 20 pop-ups that are teaching you about the mechanics. It's been a good time. So we did level a little early and we've rebalanced the encounters because of that. How much experience are you guys sitting on right now?
That's a good question.
208.
I have 208 is what I
208.
have.
208. So we're 20%, 20.8% into the next level because the fun thing about Pathfinders is it's always 1,000 experience to level, no matter what
that's
level you
cool.
are. So it's easy to know how far into the next level you are.
Sorry.
So we are, we're not on the cusp of leveling again, but it's cool to know that we did. We spent a lot of time last week figuring out how you level up a character in this system. That was one question I had. I wanted to follow up with you, Brianna. Is you took the feat that gave you 2 extra cantrips, right?
I did.
And I think the rules for Pathfinder say that like if you have access to like cantrips, you have access to like every cantrip that exists in the game. Because in 5th edition, you pick 5 or 7 cantrips, and then that's actually you pick like 3 cantrips at first level, and at certain levels you get a new one. But I think Pathfinder cantrips are part of your spell book, and it's supposed to be that every cantrip in the game is in your spell book that you can swap in and out daily.
Oh. Well, I picked the cantrips off of the beginner's box
Okay.
just to simplify everything for myself.
Well, so that makes it easy then. So you've got an expanded cantrip list from the beginner's box. So what happened is we're playing the beginner's box, but we were having so much fun, and one of our viewers out there, Kalinga, donated money to us. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the actual player's handbook on Roll20. The core rulebook, I think it's called. It's not called the player's handbook. What's it called? The core rulebook. This monstrous beast I'm holding here, 650 pages of pure, unadulterated madness. And we bought that content on Roll20 as a drag and drop. So now when we're playing, you can drag and drop anything from the core rulebook onto your character sheet. So, you probably have access to a lot more cantrips than you did before. But I think keeping it simple is probably the safe option. Because we were slightly overwhelmed even last week.
That is correct.
Yeah. So overall, I think we're ready to hop in. So in the past 3 sessions, the group is in a small, I keep calling it a fishing village, but it's actually more of a lumber village than anything. You guys just happen to be in the basement of the fishery. So I think that's why I have this idea as a fishing village, but it's actually like a lumber village Oh, before we go any further, I just remembered I got to actually do Sirenscape.
Nice.
So we are using Sirenscape, who has a beginner's box module set up so that you can. Oh no! Wait. Oh, hopefully this works. Hang on. Are you guys connected to it right now?
No,
I
sir.
am now.
Because
Mine's
Oh,
doing the
okay.
game master me
Just
thing
loaded
again.
it up.
Yeah, I think I have to rejoin the game. Oops.
well, I'm worried because I just got a notification that said that my my subscription expired.
Ah,
So I think it booted everyone.
Oh,
I think it did.
no.
Subscription expired December 28th. 2 days
Oh, that's so
ago.
sad.
ooh,
All right. Well,
no,
the downside is that we won't be having Sirenscape running for you guys tonight.
I'll live
Maybe
somehow.
at the break I can get it up and maybe at the break I can get it running. But I'll run it locally for us so that people on the stream and on the video can hear it at least. Because I still have the content and I can still hear it. I just can't make a campaign with the online player. That's a subscription feature.
Bummers.
right. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. It was the end of the year, and this is like when all my stuff is renewing, and I guess that wasn't on auto renew. So
All good,
I
buddy.
think I canceled it because we weren't using it for anything anymore.
Yep.
And I canceled it like 2 months ago, and it had 2 months left on it because I was paying in like 3-month increments. So yeah, that's on me.
Nice.
So the Otari 2600s. You guys are a new group of adventurers in this town called Otari. And actually, let me switch over to the live scene because I want to show you guys this. The beginner's box actually comes with a map of Otari that is kind of outside the scope of what we're doing here. But if you wanted to use the beginner's box as a way to like seed further adventures, it gives you a town map with like landmarks and stuff like that. And I believe this sort of location here I'm pinging is actually the fishery that you guys are like under during the course of this adventure.
No vision.
I cannot
God.
see anything.
We don't have any tokens on the lair.
Oh, because okay, wait, let me turn that off.
Burr, 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 burr. Oh, there we go.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
Cool.
It was
That's cool.
The new dynamic lighting was enabled for this page for some reason,
Mm.
even though I didn't intend for it to be dynamic
How
lighting.
dare it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
So-
that. That's cool.
you guys, it's just a cool little city. Not even a city, like a town. So you guys were hired by the fishery owner, and she has a really cute name, and I always blank on it, and I apologize to this cute
Mm.
NPC.
Tamelian? Tamarella?
It is like Tamily something, but it was like
Family
it was like
Tandervale.
it was a litter, right? Yeah, there we go. Tamily.
Tandervale.
I don't know why I can't find her handout. I was gonna pop her face up. I guess it's probably under.
It's under NPCs and
Yeah, but
monsters.
I don't. Oh, under monsters and then under NPCs.
NPCs and monsters.
Wow. Good to know what she turns out to be. A monster.
Killer.
I see it in
Oh,
my journal.
I see. It's under player art handouts, then NPCs. Well, my journal's a lot more full than yours.
Wow.
I mean, I guess.
Burn 'em, Brianna. Burn 'em.
Flex.
So Tamily Tannerville runs a fishery. She opens up from just around dinner time for like this sort of tavernous meal where people come in and they play all kinds of games of chance, unwind, talk about their fishing for the day, their lumbering, and then they leave. It's not like a 24-hour thing. But she noticed that in her basement, something had been getting in and eating her fish that she stores up. And so she put out a call for adventurers for somebody to go down there and find out what's eating her fish. That's where your group came in because you guys are fledgling wannabe adventurers getting your first big break and your first shot to prove yourselves. So we've been clearing out this small cavernous space, and we've encountered kobolds, these little scaly lizard-like creatures that you found specifically wish fish like on them. And even though there's been some other slight encounters, like the recurring nemesis of your adventure tend to be these kobolds. You guys cleared the whole first level of the dungeon, including a couple of kobolds that were guarding a staircase down that were trying to hold the line so that you guys would not get to the boss, because they were talking and saying, don't let them near the boss. You easily cleared out that group, went back to town for a good night's rest. Tamley gave you guys a healing potion for doing good so far, and asked for you to continue on because so far you've not found anything that shows like what the main source of the fish is. Like you've you know these kobolds have it. You know there's like a more of them down below. So you guys decide to come back, get a full rest before you head back to do more adventuring.
From where? From down under.
Oh God. Yep. The Menace Down Under, Otari. That'll be our new
I
stream
don't
name.
like any of this.
Maybe every single kobold has to be Australian from now on.
Oh God.
I don't think I could do it.
That's
Brianna,
okay.
you're gonna have
Neither
to
can I.
you have to do all the kobold voices for us.
Oh God.
Okay, so when we last left, you guys had come back to town. I told you guys you could buy any sort of supplies you needed to. I did look up the rules for like how shopping and stuff works, and so like items have like levels. So like it'll say like item 1, item 2, stuff like that. And town the way it works in Pathfinder is like towns have levels. So if you're like in a level 3 town, you can find any equipment that's like level 3 or lower for purchase. So that's the way they kind of like give towns, like if you want to buy like a powerful magic item, you got to travel to like another town and find a town that's big enough to support what you want to purchase. But pretty much all the normal adventuring gear you guys would need would be available here in Otari. So did anyone need to make any purchases? And if so, go ahead and just deduct the cost of the item from the gold and treasure you've earned. And that is fine by me. But if there's anything cool you bought, I want to hear it because it's cool to hear what you guys are buying.
I don't think we bought
Nothing?
anything.
Nope.
No one felt they need anything. Okay, that's fine by me.
I forgot that we could do that.
Oh, okay. Well, you could, but you know, this beginner's box, you're probably geared enough for what you need. So we just fast forward back to our characters in the dungeon.
I think we're currently eating fish.
You are, yeah. We left like we kind of faded to black as you guys were eating fish and going to bed for the night. But do we want to come back and fast forward into the dungeon, like, you know, catch you guys back in the dungeon, or do we want to sort of open up with some role play as you guys wake up the next day to go back down? You guys tell me what you guys are looking for.
I feel well rested and ready to kill some more kobolds.
Well, now
How about
let's
you?
let's have a reason with them.
Alright.
I'm just
Where are the other
watching
two? Oh.
Cairo eat some fish.
All night?
It's when I woke up for breakfast for sure.
Okay.
Oh wow. Do you not have fish where you came from, Cairo?
I'm actually I've been staying here for a while, but no, originally I came from a place in the center of a desert, not near the ocean, so
Oh, I see.
water and fish.
Landlocked, I see.
Yeah. They were hard to come by.
You
Sorry,
can-
I'm not doing my accent.
So
The
is
fish
this like a
the fish is making
delicacy
it
for
difficult.
you?
Excuse me just a second.
Why, yes it is. It's delicious.
So as you
Scratch.
guys, you know, get your gear all loaded up and ready to go, Tamily like wishes you guys best of luck, and she says, you know, hopefully you are able to take care of this problem today. It'd be nice to have that solved, and then I can pay you the money I promised you. Which What was your guys' payment? Like what, 10 gold each?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Think so.
So, yeah, you guys, last minute preparations. Anything you want to say to each other before we fade to you guys montaging back through the dungeon?
Nah.
Let's do this.
Okay. So we go, there's like a montage. You guys go back down the rickety stairs into the cellars, stepping over the decaying like rat corpses through the like tunneled in wall, down the nemesis rope and the slippery wall, through the burned out spider cave, past the undead shrine that you guys, unbarricaded and desecrated. You do pass the room that has the bowl of magic water that's still there. If anyone wants to stop by and take a swig, because it was a once per day thing per your recall knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wants to try to drink and add that to their character sheet, they could try. I think all the eyes probably look at you, Valerie, since you did it last time.
My gosh, my mic was muted, so
Oh God.
I was talking the whole time. Yes, if I would, I'd have a go at it once again,
Okay.
hoping I still have the same luck as
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
Was that a will save?
Yeah, so you guys stop by, you throw up the grappling hook, you crawl up the room, the ancient window creaks open, there's the mold and rot stained chamber. On this shrine is this nice bowl of very pure looking water. You pick it up to your lips, drink from the bowl, and it's a fortitude save.
Oh, fortitude. Got it. All right, here we go. Ooh,
Is that a crit?
Nice.
No, very
20.
nice.
Oh.
Not a crit. Yeah, it's 18. The DC was 20.
Oh.
So it's a success. So you drink, and you can, as you drink, that familiar sensation of like the ocean waves like crashing into you, and you feel the power of the surge that just, goes to your fingertips, and you feel good. And again, you can call upon the ocean's might to reduce a critical hit into a normal hit as a reaction once during the next hour.
Okay, got it.
Does anyone else want to try?
I don't
don't
think
want-
so.
Not taking my chances.
It's a will save. He looks at Valerie.
Fortitude.
Fortitude? Nah, I'm good.
What's a will save?
I apologize. My training with Saren Ray has given me knowledge of the metaphysical and fourth wall.
Feel the tides running in me.
Right. That's a little bit too TMI, but let's continue to second level.
Yeah, so we come back to the end of the first level. So we go back down from there past the locked up cage where you met the kobolds and tried to bargain with them only to be attacked. Step through the narrow hallway with the giant rocks that had fallen and shattered on your heads earlier, through the shrine, what was it called, the puzzle room, where you had to riddle out the 9 coins, past the vault where you unlocked and earned a bit of treasure, and finally back into the room where you fought the kobolds. And you guys are very cautious as you approach here, but it appears that nobody has come back down and repopulated it, so it's still cleared out. And you didn't actually get a description of this room last time, so I'll read the full description, which is on the far. It's a massive chamber that looks like an audience hall. On the far side, a broad set of stairs leads up to where a throne might have once been, and that's kind of where your tokens are standing right now. Which is you can see the ground is like completely scraped up, almost like something heavy was dragged away from here. Pillars support the high ceiling, and the ruined tatters of once decorative banners still hang from them. A decorative tile pattern centered in the middle of the room shows through the grim coating of the floor. And the last thing you guys have now is to go down this sort of spiral staircase deeper into the dungeon.
Cairo,
Yes,
if
Lass.
it's all right, could I ask for Serenray's blessing for this sword once again and just light it up?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
as a cantrip,
Oh, way better.
The light
On
I can
cantrip.
see.
do you, so we have two options for Sandray's blessing. I can do it on your fabulous lion shield, so that way wherever you point it there will be light, or I can put it on the blade of your sword.
The blade of my sword sounds a little bit more poetic. Like, imagine I'm swinging down on the kobolds and there's light behind it.
Yeah, no, Lass, a lightsaber's dope, and he casts
Yeah.
light on your sword, on the
So
blade.
it's more aesthetically pleasing.
Of course, of course. It also looks sick as fuck.
Yes.
Yep. So you're now lighting the way again. And Ezrin, you still have the ever burning torch you guys found,
Yes, I do.
and you have that out in one of your hands.
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I have your token and Valerie's token should both have light coming off it now. Yeah. Okay. And you're standing here ready to descend. But like, do you guys like? If we want to, with this, we can cut back to like exploration phase. You guys can tell me what your characters are doing and like kind of your order as you go down the staircase.
Maybe take the front. Should be me. I can spot for traps, and I can be very quiet. And I'm going to be sneaking, or
Okay.
whatever it is.
Sneaking or scouting?
Scouting.
Scouting is the one where you kind of go ahead of the group, but you can give your group +1 on their next initiative. Whereas sneaking is like more like avoiding being seen, and then you'll be able to start next combat with a stealth roll instead of a perception roll.
Well, considering they have lights out, I would just scout. So I will be scouting and using my
Okay.
trap spotter ability. to
Scouting.
Find the traps.
Right. So because you have trap spotter, you're always looking for traps, even when you're not making that your sole purpose, which is cool.
Yep.
Okay. So you will do the scouting exploration action. And the other three?
I will be putting my shield up.
Okay. So Valerie will do the raising the shield action. Is it what's it called? Is it just called putting your shield up?
Defend. I think it's defend.
Defend. Okay.
And then
And
I'll be behind Hal.
okay. Cairo.
I can't remember if I was good at investigating or not. Let me check my sheet.
Let me check my report card when I graduated the university 35 years ago.
Oh, there's a reason why he's so late, but it's tragic, and I don't want to go into it for the start of the stream. No, I am terrible at investigating things. I will be casting detect magic.
Okay, so you're just looking for the presence of magic.
Yes, sir.
And Ezrin?
I guess I will be doing the investigating.
Okay. So
That's a concentration. You move at half speed and use recall knowledge to discover clues about various things you see as you journey along.
got it.
GM determines whichever skill is relevant.
Right. Okay, so if we come across anything that's relevant, I will have you definitely roll on that. Now, for the scouting action, is there any rules about it, or is it just a straight up you'll get +1 no matter what? Let's see.
For scouting, you
Yes,
scout
but-
outside the group, moving at half speed while you look for danger. At the start of the next encounter, everyone in your party gains a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative roll. There is no roll
It's just automatic. Okay, very cool.
because that's
So
your
that-
action.
Yep. So that is our thing. You guys are very cautiously like going down the staircase, ready to move into the dungeon, and I
And-
will. Good.
Rick, you're just always looking for traps. That's the thing your character does.
Yeah, it's called the trap spotter feat.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, because otherwise you'd need to make that be one of your exploration actions, but it's something you just do. That's so cool.
Yeah, all the time. You're just constantly like on the alert for traps.
So cool.
Okay. So the stairs descend to level 2 of the dungeon. Let me move you guys down here. You guys can all see.
Level 2. Yeah.
Okay. So
We come down the stairs.
spiral.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say because Rick was doing it. Like we just come down the stairs. We're like level 2. We're talking about that we're level 2 and we're going down to level 2 and we lose any sense of stealth.
Well, we didn't actively take a stealth check, so it kind of works.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So the stairs spiral down deep into the earth before ending in a chamber that looks like it's been prepared specifically to defend against intruders. On one side of the room, a table has been turned on its side to provide cover, while on the other, crates and barrels have been piled up to create a second barrier. Can everyone tell me their perception DC? So that's your perception plus 10.
18.
15.
18.
Nina, I think you're muted.
Damn it.
Oh no.
So I was saying 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first two, the only two that really would have eyes on the room as you kind of like narrowly slip in here would be Hal and Valerie. And with your guys' perception,
Yeah, I'm an old
You're just
man, but I can see super good.
well, no, because you're still
I
in the
can
you're
hear
still in the
super good.
stairwell, right?
Oh, son of a bitch! You're totally right.
So they're kind of leading the stairwell, so they're the first ones coming into the room. So as you get to the bottom of the staircase, and they kind of are the first two that can kind of peer in. Like I did a light on your token, you can kind of see a sliver, but they
Oh,
got like
that's
a
true.
pretty good view.
That's true.
So you guys like the first thing you guys notice is that there appears to be a couple of kobold, like a couple of something, and you're pretty sure they're kobolds based on the size you can see. And they're crouched and hidden behind the table and the barrels, like ready to ambush you guys.
What you want to do, Hal? They look like a bunch of idiots to me. They're not hiding very well.
I would like to I'm gonna slip
Like
into
they
the
are,
room.
yeah, that's fine. Like they are obviously very aware of you guys too.
Yep.
Like you're definitely not hidden from them. So I think what we're gonna do, because you're coming in and like that's gonna like trigger them to like do their thing, is let's just have you guys roll initiative right here. Everyone, everyone just make a perception roll, and that'll be your initiative to start. The kobolds are starting initiative with their stealth roll that they had, which was not very high. Where's
It was only a 47, so we should be okay.
Whoa.
now the kobolds only had a 14.
Oh, they suck.
So we get a plus
And-
1 for scouting.
Yes,
Good
sir.
call. Because of your scouting, everyone gets to add +1 to whatever they roll.
13.
I'm going to add them to the
Oh, I suck. I suck even
token
more.
left.
You and me both.
Wow, double natural ones.
Wow, we suck today. It's okay. Get it all
Oh,
up.
also before, just remember, guys, you all get a hero point.
Oh shit.
So everyone has a
Oh,
hero point to start the session.
Oh, do we
I
all
clicked the wrong
automatically
one.
get a hero point every start of the session?
Yes.
Yes. You start the session with a hero
Ooh.
point and you accrue them, but you lose them at the end of the session, and you start with one the next session again.
Yeah. So if you got more than one, you definitely want to use them because you'll get one back.
Steve, could you add me on the turn tracker because I clicked the wrong one?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
At least you match
turn.
the actually pretty damn stealthy kobolds.
Yeah.
Small confidence, I guess.
you're like pretty sure you're like maybe what happens is they're hiding and you're like very obvious that they're there, but then what they've done is they've made like fake kobolds like stuffed in the space to like like make it super obvious. So you guys are sneaking up on the stuffed ones, and the real ones are gonna pop out and get you guys.
Ah.
So let's go ahead and sort by descending. So in Pathfinder, when there is a tie between the players and the monsters go first. So that means even though you tied them, thanks to the +1 from Hal, you did not beat them. So even though
Speaking of our scout, he's not on the turn tracker.
Oh, good point. I added you, Rick. You can edit your
You already? Big 9.
plus the 1.
Big 10.
Big 10. So because you and Cairo both got 10, you guys get to choose between you who wants to go first and who wants to go second.
Alrighty.
What do you guys think?
I think that's great.
You want like it is right now?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hal, do you want to go before me? I mean, you're so much quicker than I. It only makes sense.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
We got the same bonus.
As this combat starts, there's like a pause and a tutorial screen pops up, and it says like, stealth is a good way to get the drop on your enemies. Attacking an enemy who is unaware of you leads to the flat-footed condition, which some enemies can take advantage of. And then there's like a, press OK for the next screen, and you push OK, and then it says, but because these kobolds are less hidden than your passive perception, you are not caught unaware. Despite the fact that they're going first, you're not surprised, so you're not flat-footed against these attacks. Okay. So this first kobold pops up. It's kind of like hiding behind the cover. It pops, like kind of like stands up. It's not really crouching, but it like kind of comes out from behind cover and uses its crossbow to wait, what does it have? It has a crossbow. So it uses crossbow and it takes a shot at you, Hal. That is a 27.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Is that a crit? What's your AC?
19.
No, so it's not a crit. So you take 5 piercing damage from that arrow. And then it uses its second action to reload the crossbow. And it uses its third action to take cover behind the barricade, which gives it like a more cover. That's basically like ups the cover. Let's see, wait. How does that work real quick? There's a sidebar for combat, right? No. Basic actions. Is it not in the basic actions? I guess it's not. Let me look it up real quick.
Be under skills.
Yeah. To take cover, you're benefiting from cover near a feature that allows you to take cover or a prone. It says you press yourself against a wall or duck behind an obstacle to take better advantage. If you have standard cover, which they did, they now have greater cover, which gives them +4 circumstance bonus to AC and stuff. So he's just using actions to take more cover behind the table. If you were to, like, for instance, walk around the table, he would lose that cover, right? But any sort of ranged attack against him through the table is going to have that. Okay, so that's the first one. And then the second and third one are going to do the same thing. There's 3 of them. So the second one pops up, crossbow attack. That is a 19, which was just enough to hit you.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 4 piercing damage. And then the same thing, second action, reload, third action, take cover. And the last one is a 14. And then he does the take action. This one is probably just out of view, but it's fine. So he misses and he does shot, reload, take cover behind the barrels. So they all have +4 circumstance AC against these sort of ranged attacks. All right, up next is Ezrin from the back of the pack.
Ezrin is terrified, doesn't know what's going on, and will hold. She'll just hold.
You can delay. Don't forget, in Pathfinder, you can delay your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna delay. So she goes after Cairo.
Yeah. So at any time, so when you delay after anyone else's turn, you can say, "I'm going to jump in now." So you don't have to. It's not like a reaction where you got to specify it ahead of time. You can just say, "I'm going to hold my turn," and you let me know when you want to pop in.
Will do. I will hold my turn, and I will sit. I will tell you that I want to pop in after Cairo.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're going to go last, anyways, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna your initiative changes to match them permanently, and then okay, that means Valerie's next.
All right, I am going to yell out that I could see one on the left. I saw that like hide behind the table, right?
Yeah, you know exactly where he is. He just has cover from you, right?
All right. So there's one on my left and then another one on the very far right.
There was like two bolts that flew in from the right side of the room, and one from the one you completely saw. Yeah.
All right. And then I'll go check on Hal really quick before looking into Cairo and tell him I'm heading in. And then I would stride. And actually, I want to vault over this table right here.
Okay.
That way I am right at this kobold's face.
Is there a skill for jumping over stuff? That's the interesting question. I would imagine there is.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Athletics,
there's a jump, high jump, shove, swim, climb, trip.
Probably jump, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But like you're like not really jumping. You're more like you said, you're kind of vaulting over the table, right? Like climbing over the table.
Yeah, I'm a parkour. Parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
And then on my way down, I want to be slashing this kobold.
It's interesting. I'm trying to see if there's like a skill. It seems like that should be a skill, right?
Yeah, I don't see slide across the top of a police car to get to the other side in the skills area.
Same here.
Why is there no parkour skill?
Yeah, what the hell?
Let me see.
This like would we rule it as just part of the stride action? You are kind of like climbing up on top of a table.
How tall is the table? It's over on its side, right? So how wide is the table?
It's probably about like 3 feet tall. It's not that tall, right?
All right, then aren't you like 10 feet tall, Valerie?
I think as part of your yeah, I think as part of your stride, and I'm not going to make you okay, so where you are, right? That square that you moved to, that would mean that you're like literally standing on top of the table, like on its side, like balancing on it. So if you wanted to move further, so you're not on the square, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's got enough movement. She can not stop there.
Yeah, what's your stride speed?
25.
So yeah, you'd be able to like go around the table. Like I think because you have enough movement and because it's not a thing, I will allow you to do that sort of vault thing as part of your stride.
Okay.
And go ahead and stay in that square, and we'll just say you kind of go over the cover and like land between the table and the kobold that's kind of pressed against it, right? And he like his eyes go in shock because you kind of came out of nowhere, and that was your first action.
Yes, and I would like to take a swing at him with my longsword. Hello, I greet it. Ah! Well, 21. Oh.
21 will hit.
All right, that's 10 damage.
It's not a crit, so 10 points to damage. You hurt the crap out of this thing.
All right, and for my last action, I'm going to raise my shield.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Hal. Are you muted, Rick?
I see Valerie jump over me and then jump over the table and slice down at a kobold. I will move in and get here. stride. I will stride there,
Okay.
and I will take an attack.
Okay. Yeah, so if one extra stride, second. What are you holding like? You're like dual wielding weapons, or what are you doing?
No, I just have my rapier out.
Okay. Okay.
No, my short sword +1.
Oh right, the one you found in the crates.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will shoot.
You are flanking him, so he is flat-footed against you.
14.
14, unfortunately, misses. He
That would be
scurries out of the way just a little bit.
16 if he's flat-footed.
Yes, it still misses.
All
Like
right.
it's not. You don't get a 16. It's like it's the same difference, right? But he loses 2 to his AC. So your 14 does not beat his modified flat-footed AC. Yeah, compared to like the ones you were fighting before, this one seems a little tougher.
Then I
A little
will
more agile.
I will use mobility to take the stride action, but move at half speed. 5, 10, 15, 15. And I won't take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. There we go. Is that a class feature or like a feat you took?
Class feet.
That was your level 2 feat?
Yep.
So you can move half your speed and not trigger opportunity attacks?
Correct.
Cool. All right,
And
Kyra.
that's everything.
Oh,
Thanks.
sorry. Yeah, okay. Kyra.
Gyro comes in. Would he still have an AC bonus? This fella.
He would, yeah.
Well, shit.
'Cause he's like pressed down between the crates and he's putting that between you guys. Unless you can get all the way around the barriers, then he's going to have the bonus.
How about if I do the same fancy thing that Valerie did,
That's fine.
and I end up right there, so I can get next to this little boy?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna smack this little kobold with my sword.
Isn't it a scimitar?
Yeah, it's a scimitar.
God, that's like the whole Siren Ray thing, isn't it? Isn't it like in Pathfinder your clerics are like tied to certain weapon types?
Yeah, I got the
think so.
proficiency with the scimitar because of my faith.
Okay.
And
And
I
11 is
I
going to
rolled
miss.
shitty. Really? I only get a +1
oh.
using the scimitar? Why am I using the scimitar?
Did we have this conversation earlier?
Yeah, we have this every week, and I don't remember it. I think I get a better
Every night-
bonus with my fist. Yeah, I'm not actually doing this. I
Every
just
night
want
you
to
go
see
to
this.
bed and Siren Ray is like
Yeah.
use the scimitar. It's so awesome.
I have the same bonus with
Yeah,
my
you would've-
fist.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Less
my god.
damage.
Less damage, but I have the same bonus. That's so dumb. That can't be right. But okay. Because I need to look at that because I'm trained with it. I don't know why I only have a +1. Is it
Well,
tied to
that's a good
strength?
question.
Because I'm definitely trained with it.
That does seem
So
weird.
No, yeah, that is wrong. It says untrained.
Yeah. So you are what, trained?
I have to be.
You
I'll
would-
do this research after the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it went from
Yeah, it says you should be trained. You should be trained in scimitar.
okay, so I changed it.
If it goes up to +5 instead of
Yeah, it goes up to a
+1,
5.
right?
So it would have been a
it'd be
no, it still
15.
it wouldn't have been enough.
Still misses.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, I fixed that.
But
dumb
that is
thing.
definitely a good catch that's wrong. So it would be interesting if you're playing this at home, check and make sure your character sheet is right.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know
for the
why
cleric.
that shouldn't have been like that. That explains why I missed so much earlier too. All right. And then noticing that I'm surrounded, I use my last to raise up my shield.
Okay. So you are also raising your shield, you and Valerie both.
Thank you. And then I yelled down the hallway with a free action. I say, Ezrin dear, there's 3 of them in here, 2 to your right and 1 in between Val and I.
Thank you.
All
That's
right,
it.
you've delayed your turn to the end of initiative. It's your turn, Ezrin.
Yep, because somehow I keep on going first. All right. First up is going to be striding. I'm going to move right here. And then does this kobold have cover technically?
Yeah, each one of the like 'cause they literally took the take cover action, so they are all very covered by the things.
A helpful tooltip comes up right next to Cairo's head. And it says, just so you know, a cover bonus is only +2. So
Well, cover bonus is +2, but when you do take cover as an action, it actually bumps up to +4. It's greater cover.
Whoa.
So you take cover, you press yourself against a wall or duck behind an obstacle to take better advantage of cover. If you would have standard cover, which they would have, they instead gain greater cover, which they took. So they used the whole action to get better cover from you guys.
what's that under?
Ah.
Athletics? What's that under?
It's just a basic, like a general skill. Let me see. I don't know if it's in the beginner's box, but it's under
Oh.
basic
Oh,
actions.
so nice that the GM can use things not in the beginner box, but
We
all
bought the
right.
core rulebook. What are you talking
Good to know.
about?
All right. Well,
It might be in the beginner's box. I didn't look.
screw it. Let's just do a good old acid splash on this kobold in between Val and Cairo.
Okay, so what does Acid Splash do? Is it an
Acid
attack roll?
splash. Yes.
Okay, then go ahead and make the attack roll.
13 to hit, which I think misses.
It just like burns a hole right in the middle of the table, like hits the thing, and then you hear like you can smell the burning of the wood as the acid begins to eat away at it.
Ah, shite.
How much damage? It was 4 damage.
Yeah.
I think it's not enough damage to like eat away at the table completely, but you do a bunch of damage to the cover.
Nice.
Yeah, it's under encounter mode. The take cover.
In the beginner's box?
I have no idea, sir. I just
Oh.
looked it up.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So that was all 3 actions, right? Ezrin?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Hmm.
It's from the core rulebook, sir.
Got it. Yes, I did use the core rulebook. That is true. Okay, so this one you guys have like barreled down on him, and he's like surrounded. So he, I think he's going to. Let's see. He's going to use. So he has an action called. Yeah, I think he's going to use his hurried retreat action. And so he's going to move up and try to move back away from you guys. So I think do you both have opportunity attacks or just, I know Valerie does, right?
Just
Yeah.
Valerie.
Okay, so you can use your reaction to take the opportunity attack if you'd like.
Oh, I still can? Actually, no.
You don't have to, but it does use your reaction, so you won't be able to like absorb
Yeah.
an attack, right?
Mm. No,
Okay.
I'm good.
So
Okay.
he has, let's see, 25 feet, so that's 5, that's 10, 15, 20. He actually can't. Oh my god. He has to take 2 strides to get enough away from you guys. So he takes the second stride to get back here into the corner. And then for his third action, he's going to fire his crossbow at Ezrin.
Oh
Mm.
boy.
You're in the doorway, you're very squishy looking, and he likes his chances against you.
Of course.
It's an 18.
18 does in fact hit.
Oof.
That is 8 piercing damage.
Ow.
Ooh. Zigzag, zigzag.
Okay, and then this one here like pops out of his cover, takes the crossbow, sees that juicy target in Ezrin,
Oh
and
boy.
fires his crossbow at you.
All right.
That's a 19.
19 also hits.
2 piercing.
All right, not too
This
bad.
one hits you in a less critical spot.
Okay, cool.
Um,
That's just your pinky.
but I need it to cast.
And then I think he draws his crossbow. With his second action, he draws his sword. And I think he takes cover again. Okay, and this one here will also do the crossbow strike on you, Ezrin.
My goodness.
It's a 25.
Yes, that does hit.
Okay, it's not a crit, luckily, because you have 16 AC. So that's 6 piercing damage.
All right, I'm at 8 HP now.
Oof.
May
And
I
then it uses its
suggest?
second.
Go ahead.
No, he uses his second action to reload his crossbow and his third action to take cover. And that's all the kobold's turn.
May I please suggest that all the squishies stay in the hallway? And by squishy, I don't mean that you're not, strong individuals. Just you don't have shields and they have crossbows. Please, thank you.
There's also cover. You could take cover behind the table, the same as they are, right?
Well,
Yeah.
she's acided it, so
True, but it's still standing. It's not destroyed yet.
nice.
A little bit more damage will be enough. All right, Valerie.
All right. So with my free action, I'm going to tell Ezrin, hide behind this table. And then I would run to this kobold right here for my first action. I'll take a stride right there. And then I'll
Sure.
attack him with my longsword
Okay, go ahead.
for 20.
20 hits.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage. It's not a crit, but it does hit. That's the one that got his sword out and is kind of taking cover from Ezrin at least. But you come up blindside him on the side.
Yes. And
He would not have cover from that attack for sure.
Yeah. And for my last action, I'll just raise my shield again.
Okay. How?
So I'm gonna drop my rapier and pull out my short bow
Okay.
and fire an arrow at this guy.
Did you stride? Because I thought you move a square. Okay, just from there.
I don't know what
does
difference.
Yeah, not much of a difference between the two, especially from here. He took cover behind those crates,
Yep.
so he's gonna have a big AC bonus against you. If you went up to the north side of the room and kind of got around the cover, he would have less cover, but you'd still be shooting through Valerie.
Did this one take cover? I don't
The
think
one in
this
the corner did not take cover. Only the only ones that took cover are the two behind the crates. That guy in the corner, he had to double stride and shoot, so he's not. So that one's an open target.
I will shoot at him then.
Perfect. I should probably mark these guys with cover so that we know that they have cover. Okay, you can fire.
18.
18 hits. He is not
5
flat-footed
piercing.
against you, so you don't get the sneak damage. 5 damage. Hurts him, but he's not dead. He has 1 hit point. So
I
that was
will
1 action.
Take another shot at him.
Okay.
Come on.
A 4. I'm sorry, a 4 misses.
That's so great. It was a 5 plus 4 minus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just have 1 more action.
Well, I took out my bow.
Oh,
So,
good point. Yeah, you drew your bow.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
So that's your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cairo.
Cairo's gonna move over. Get in front of Ezrin.
Okay.
Use battle medicine.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's 1 action, right?
Yep. That's an 8. All right. Let's roll it.
You probably would have to drop your scimitar on the floor to have a free hand, right?
Yeah. I use a free action because this is just flavor to hack it down into the table so it's sticking out of the table.
Oh, wobbly. Very cool.
And then where's the details?
So that means
on
you make a
medicine?
medicine check, right?
Yeah, where is that damn thing? Sorry, I'm scrolling down, looking for the DC.
I think it's 15 for treat wounds.
Yes, treated 15 check, DC 20. All right. To increase hit points, we're going It's about 10. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so if you critically fail, you could kill Ezrin.
So
Don't
that's
roll a
a that's a 9 plus 8. That's a 17.
That's a success.
So
So
I'll roll
2d8.
2d8. That's 15 points of health.
Wow.
And
Thank you kindly.
I say that's to soften the blow of my harsh words about your choice of standing location. I hope you don't hold it against me. and then I turn back around and I raise my shield.
Raise your shield for your third action. Awesome.
Because
All right,
that's
Ezra.
all I'm really good at is raising my shield.
Ezrin nods her head, says, "Much obliged." And we'll take a step right here.
Okay.
And let's do Ray of Frost on this guy right here.
Okay. Is that an attack roll?
Yes, sir. 19.
Because he took cover, he gets the bonus to the AC.
Boo.
It just like
No.
again, like I think what is it, 6 points of damage with the 19? Yeah. So I think you like blast like part of the crate and like completely like take off the top half of the crate, and like it doesn't hurt him, but you can see like he doesn't really have that cover to hide behind there anymore because you've blasted the cover. But it misses.
Boo. That's all for my turn. Thank you.
Okay. Very cool. Kobolds get to go next. Interesting. How would they do this?
Kairo's looking at the stairwell like, why aren't they hiding in the stairwell where they couldn't be targeted by the crossbows? I don't understand my
The action
companions.
economy. The action economy.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, it was just okay. I'm only good
Okay,
at
so
holding
this
a shield
little
in front of
guy-
people.
This little guy with his sword drawn, he's going to scurry with one action like here and here, kind of like around you, Valerie.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have opportunity attack, right, Cairo?
I don't even know what that means. I'm a follower of
Perfect.
Saren Ray.
So he loses cover, right? He comes out from behind his cover to get right behind you, Valerie, and then he has his sword out and he readies his action to stab you the minute one of his allies, like kind of like they're gonna double stab you from both sides at the same time.
Whoa.
That's what so he's holding his action.
It's all right. Okay.
All right, this other one scurries over he uses his move to move right next to you. I guess it'd be a stride or a step, a 5-foot move. Yeah.
And then he uses an action to drop his crossbow and pull a sword.
No, he did that last turn.
Okay.
They both fired. They fired the crossbow. Wait, one of them did. Was it only one?
Mm-hmm.
One guy specifically. I remember the one guy dropped, got his sword out and dropped his crossbow.
It was this fellow here.
Did the other one not?
No, they both.
I thought two of them did it. Maybe not.
No, they both reloaded their crossbows. These two.
Yeah, so he would have to drop his crossbow and draw his sword with one action. Good call.
Yep.
Step over with the second action, and with his third action, he's gonna stab you. And
Yeah, they
both
both
the kobolds are kind of like doing this.
Nice.
They do this little stabby stab surround tactic, that like the swarm tactic, and
Mhm.
you get flat-footed by them. And so they both kind of strike. So I'm gonna roll one at a time.
Okay.
You are flat-footed, but you have your shield raised.
Yes.
So the first strike is a 14.
Misses.
So that misses. And then the second one is a 22.
Hits, but I'm gonna block it with my shield.
Okay. So the hit does an extra bit of damage because of the flat-footed condition.
Mhm.
So it was 5 plus 5 more sneak attack. So that's 10 total.
Okay.
So your shield absorbs 5 of it. and then you and your shield take 5 damage.
Okay. Ooh.
But that was like both of theirs full like turns to pull off that little maneuver, and they're kind of flabbergasted that it didn't work.
Very smart of them. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh,
They
very
are very tactically like swarm minded. And then this guy in the back, he uses one. Oh god. Yeah, he uses one action to load his crossbow.
Hey,
So it takes an
lone
action to load it.
kobold, you're ugly.
He uses his second action to. I think he's going to like stride, like take the move action to get behind the crates, and then his third action is going to be to take cover.
And you're a scaredy cat.
Actually, his next action is going to be to hide. Instead of take cover, he's going to hide. He's going to take a stealth check. He only rolled a 15. I don't think that beats anyone's passive perceptions. So he is not hidden to anyone.
I see you, little kobold.
There's like the barrels are like the bottoms are missing, so he's hiding behind the barrel, and you can just see him.
Be like, what an idiot.
They're dumb in some ways, but they have good battle tactics. All right.
Yeah. Tactically sound, physically dumb.
That's true. All right, Valerie.
All right, so I'm going to hit this first one with my longsword. I'll take that.
They have an int of 0 and a wisdom of 3, so I guess that kind of lines up.
For 25.
25 hits.
All right, that's 8 damage.
8 damage carves into this kobold. He's still up.
All right, I'll take
Damn.
another hit.
You're attacking this. Wait, which one were you attacking? This one here? Oh, the one behind you. Okay.
Yeah.
He is still up. Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
second-
natural 20.
25.
Ooh.
I think you hit the wrong thing because it didn't do damage.
I
It
did
also
attack 2.
didn't do the. Oh, it did do the -5. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you do the next attack, you got to do on the same line. If you switch lines, one of them only does the attack roll, doesn't do any damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll another one just for damage amounts.
Well, it's
Or you can
what is
manually
it?
roll the damage amount.
It's 2. It'd be 2d8 plus 4.
Okay, so let me roll 2d8.
It would be. Wouldn't it be D8 plus 4 times 2?
Oh yeah, you're totally right. So yeah. It's
In
times 2.
5th edition, it's 2d8 plus 4. In Pathfinder's, it's 1d8 plus 4 times 2.
Yeah. So just roll.
Or see how it
So
says critical
9.
damage.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
it
so
did
it's
it. It did
1d8
it
plus
correctly.
4 times 2.
Yeah, so it's 18 points of damage.
That second attack is enough to decimate that kobold. Just
Perfect.
tears through him, and he is no longer.
Amazing.
Oh my.
And for my last action, I'm going to raise my shield once again.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Hal.
All right. I will stride past.
Is this one in cover? Did this one take cover or no? Because it just took an attack, right? So it's not actually in cover.
Yeah, he did not use the take cover, so he doesn't get the +4. But
This
with
one
this
did.
crate, well, we said this crate was destroyed, so he doesn't have cover at all from you guys.
Good to know.
Here, this guy has cover, but he did not use the take cover action, so he just has the partial cover bonus.
Just +2. All right.
So
I'll put the this kind of cover marker on this guy.
I will stride to there and then
Okay,
shoot a short bow at this guy.
go for it.
21.
21 hits.
Mm.
2
But
piercing.
for 2 piercing damage. Okay.
And then I will stride back into the stairwell.
The hallway.
Yep.
Very cool. Cairo.
Cairo's gonna say, "All right, this is probably dumb, but what can we do?"
It's like, you like come around the barrel, right? The guy that was trying to hide did not hide.
I go,
properly.
"What's up, scaredy cat?" With my second action, because that was 5. With my second action, I will take a step. And with my last action, I will raise my shield.
Okay, so no attacks, just flanking.
Yeah, I love my sword over there on the table, and I'm not really that good with it. So
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
gonna give a bonus to Valerie and Ezra
perfect.
because this
Yeah,
one's
do you have
technically flat-footed right now. So
flat-footed against the people engaged in
yep,
melee? Oh,
yep.
actually, because you're not wielding a melee weapon, you're not threatening it, and it's not flat-footed.
I can attack with a shield, can't I?
But it doesn't count to. I think the rules are you specifically have to be holding. That's a good point. Let's look because
His
it calls
weapons are
out
his fists.
Yeah, fists don't
to
count.
flank a foe. You and your ally must be on opposite sides. You and both the ally have to be able to act. You must be wielding melee weapons or be able to make an unarmed attack, which I guess would be like a monk thing.
I have
Or can anyone punch?
yeah, I have a fist ability on my sheet.
Interesting.
I showed you all it earlier. See?
Oh, it says almost all characters start out trained at unarmed attacks. So wouldn't that mean like anyone is always threatening all the time?
Well,
It seems weird to say.
if I was holding a wand or something in my other hand, then I would not be able to.
I guess that's true. If you didn't have, like, if you were holding something that wasn't a weapon in your hand, then you wouldn't be able to. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, then you are threatening because you can punch this thing. You're not holding like a, I don't know. What could you hold that wouldn't be able to hit? Like, I guess if you had
Alright.
your healer's kit in your hand.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll just I'll just pick up the sword with an action. Or does
Well,
that
you
is
can't.
that a part of my
We did say
movement
you
action?
are threat. That would just be interacting with an object action to pick up the sword. Interact, which says use your hands to manipulate an object in the terrain. You can grab an unattended or stored object, open a door, or produce a similar effect. So it would be one action to draw your sword back out of the table.
All right.
Your scimitar, sorry, Siren Ray.
Yeah.
So do you want to have your scimitar in hand, or do you want to have, razor shield or some other combination of stuff?
Let me look at something.
Hey Fuzz. Fuzz is in chat. We're trying to work out the intricacies of flat-footed condition and flanking when you're unarmed. Because in 5e, as long as you're flanking, no matter what, it's always threatening, right? But it seems like it's probably the case here too, because the calls out unarmed strikes count as part of. Yeah, it's a weird sort of thing. It seems weird to me to spell out that like flanking, you have to be holding a melee weapon or be able to make an unarmed strike, and then followed up by saying all characters are basically trained in unarmed strikes. But I think you hit the nail on the head when you said your hand would have to be emptied to make that strike, right?
Yes, sir.
So that makes sense to me. We figured it out. So sorry, Kyra. So did you decide what your turn was going to be?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try something stupid. I didn't pick up my blade.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand here, and instead of raising my shield, because it was one action to get right here.
Yes, it was.
With my second action, I'm gonna shove this idiot kobold.
Okay.
Now, according to shove, you push a opponent away from you. I know he's against cover, so what I'm attempting to do is knock him out of the cover.
Knock him out of the cover
Yeah,
completely.
make him stand up.
Very cool.
You must have a free hand, so I didn't grab my sword. I got my shield in
Right.
one hand, free hand. And I make an athletics check against the target's fortitude DC.
Fortitude DC. Okay. Fortitude is a constitution-based thing. Oh wait. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so he
has his own thing.
Yeah.
So I see. He has a fortitude save, so his fortitude DC would be 10 more. So your target is 15.
Yeah, I have terrible athletics, so this is going to be fantastic. All right, Saren Ray. Let's do this. Saren Ray was with me. That's a 19.
Very
So
cool.
from this position, I'd like to push him up here out of cover.
Let's go, Saren Ray.
All right, so you shove him out from behind the cover, so he kind of like stumbles out. He thinks he's hiding, right? He thinks he's camouflaged, and you kind of come up and just push him out of it, and he stumbles out of cover, like against the wall, right? And he's out in the open now.
There you go, you stupid kobold. And with my last action, I raise my shield.
Okay. Ezrin.
All right. Believe this one isn't undercover because I blew the crate off.
Yeah, right now neither one's behind cover because you destroyed the cover he was hiding behind, and this one was thrown out from behind the cover by Kairos, so neither one are actually behind cover right now.
All right. Let's do a ray of frost.
On this guy in the front.
That's a natural one, so that's not gonna do it.
No.
Would you like to use your hero point?
Yes, I would like to use my hero
'Cause
point.
how many natural ones are you going to roll tonight? All right, hero point coming up. Now, we have this history of rolling lower with our hero point. I don't think it's possible in this case.
Is he going to be the same or higher?
Watch is gonna be the same.
No, she's
Don't
gonna
say
Gonna
that.
call it.
Don't say that.
You got
16.
this.
There it is. Still not going to hit, though.
Nope.
Still doesn't hit, unfortunately. But it was much better at not hitting.
Yes, this is true.
Okay, so yeah, you do that. No, you spend your hero point. It still doesn't hit. I'm sorry.
Gonna use my remaining action to just slip into the hallway.
Thank you, Ezrin. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey,
so you're
Hal.
back. Yeah. Poor Ezrin.
Cairo's just happy he did something and it succeeded.
Oh yeah, this guy does not have cover anymore. So let me get rid of his icon. I think this one's just gonna go toe to toe with you, Val, and try to stab you with his short sword. So short sword attack with the first attack. Ooh, that is a 28.
Oh wow, I'm gonna block it with my shield.
Okay. So that is 4 damage. You block with your shield, which absorbs all 4 damage. You take none.
Perfect.
He's going to use his second short sword action to short sword a second time.
All right.
That's a 15.
Misses.
Okay, and then he's going to use his third action to scurry away from you back into the corner.
Alright.
And you already used your reaction. The one that you threw out of cover at Chiron, he's going to use his first action to step next to you.
Yeah, come here. Come here, you little kobold.
And then he's going to use his second action to short sword attack you. That is a dirty 20.
That hits. I will block it.
Yeah, so you have shield block too. So it deals 2 damage and you absorb it
Nice.
and take none.
You're so adorable. By the light of Saren Ray, you do no damage.
And then I guess second attack is going to... He'll take a last action, a second attack against you. That's a 19?
That does hit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It was a... 14 plus 9 minus 4. Yeah, okay, that's pretty high. So that's 3 piercing damage that does get through.
Nice
their
job,
turn.
little kobold. You said 3?
3, yeah.
Man, roll 20 is
All right.
freaking so slow.
Your turn, Valerie.
All right. So I will, for my first action, I'm gonna take a stride action,
Okay,
and then I'll hit this one with a long sword.
go for it.
Stop hitting. Oh, it's 27.
27 hits, but it is not quite a crit.
Oh crap!
You
All
still
right,
did max damage.
It's 12.
Still 12 damage. Still alive, but
Oh my-
that was a lot of damage.
Is he bleeding?
If there was the concept of a bloodied thing, he would definitely be bloodied. I don't know if Pathfinder has that concept, but oh yeah, he's definitely bloodied.
That's my second. Yeah.
I
I'll
think
read.
bloodied is the different thing. It's like an actual condition or something.
Wait, let me see here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll. You know what? Fuck it.
I guess
I'll take
even in
another.
5th edition, bloodied isn't really a thing. It's just a carryover from 4th edition. So
I'll just do I'll do a second attack on it.
okay,
I did it on the line. So it's 24
the 24 does hit.
for 6.
That's enough to finish him off.
Oh,
Very nice.
and that's the last of my turn.
All right, Hal.
All right, I will. Excuse me, Ezrin. Can I see this guy over here?
You can.
I
He's
will
not behind cover or anything.
shoot him one time with my short bow,
Okay.
and I will roll an 8 because I'm amazing.
Hero point.
No.
Okay. So the 8 misses.
I will move up to here and hide behind the barrel.
Nice.
Okay. Just
19. And
so you took a stride action to come out of the room, right?
oh, that's right. And I shot.
And then a shot, and then
Yep.
another stride.
Yep, I got to
and-
remember this.
Right. It's a little different, right? You could, in theory, have moved like over here with your stride, right? And then shot and ducked behind the table because you would have cover. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll just move back.
Okay.
That's
All right,
my
Cairo.
turn.
All right. What to do? What to do?
This little ambush is taking like they've taken more like beating than I thought. I thought they'd be more pushovers. You guys have historically bad rolls in this module, I must say.
Yeah, it's definitely just the module. All right. You know what? I'm gonna punch him.
All right, punch him in the
Yes,
face.
Punch him.
Let Saren Ray flow through you.
That's a natural 2 for a 3.
Sorry, 3 does not hit.
Let's try punching him again.
Do you not have any offensive cantrips?
Another 2. No, I'm a priest.
But you have burning hands.
I'm not gonna
That's
use a
interesting, 'cause,
spell
like,
on
in-
one
in-
kobold.
Well, it's just weird because, like, in 5th edition, right? Like,
I
you
didn't
would
pick.
expect, like,
I didn't pick my cantrips.
right? Do offensive cantrips exist for clerics?
I believe they do.
Interesting.
All
I
right.
was just curious. It just seems weird.
Third action. I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay. Ezrin.
All right. I am completely not optimistic about how this will go, but stride.
Do
And
it.
then good old can't. Let's do something different. Let's do days on this kobold right here. I'll pop it in
Alright.
chat.
Refresh me on days, yeah.
So it automatically takes 4 damage, and then it has to make a will save.
Right. Well, if it has 1 hit point, so it's dead.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
All right, so you reach in and you're like, I'm not gonna miss anymore, and you use the spell that can't miss, and it worked.
Ezra looks pleased with herself that she managed to contribute.
Yeah, Fuzz asks, can dead characters make will saves?
I look at Ezrin proudly. It did it. It
I
died.
kindly.
Yeah, I don't think they can. So yeah, so with the last kobold goes down, you guys manage to take like a couple of deep breaths. Doesn't look like any more kobolds are coming out, but you know the kobolds seem to have set up some sort of defensive fortress here. You can see, you know, this table and these barrels all facing this wall, there seems to be more like barrels and crates like barricading the north passage. And then to the west, you can see just beyond what looks and sounds like a fountain, like with flowing water.
Well, I'd say that's oh fuck, the stupid southern
Oh my
accent.
goodness. Southern.
I'd say that oh my god.
Oh, you guys get
Damn it, Jordan.
You guys get 90 experience for overcoming the
Yay.
kobolds. So take your 90 experience. This was originally at level 1, it's 2 kobold scouts, and at level 3, I did the 3rd kobold scout, which bumped it from 80 experience to 90.
All right, say that the northern passage is where it's supposed to go, but think we should check this fountain out.
Well, give me after you approach the barricade. So like this looks very similar to the barricade that was with the undead. It's just a bunch of stuff piled to like block off that passage, and even the construction and the materials. You're pretty sure whoever built that last barrier probably also built this barrier. But give me a perception check, Ezra.
Oh boy. Let me find that. 13.
Okay. So what you pick up is you're kind of like looking at the barrier. You pick up that like there is a smell that sounds like rotten fish and sweat just oozing off of this like barricade.
I can hear smells.
You have
Use the
synesthesia.
sound.
Yeah, no, it's not here. What it'd be smell? You can smell rotten fish and sweat.
Hold on, y'all. I grab my sword, I sheath it, I go up to Hal. Hal, I'm gonna treat your wounds really quick, but we need to check these bodies. These individuals might have some gold or something on them, or at the very least, they might be thieving fish.
Yeah, so you go over the bodies. There doesn't look like they have any treasure or gold on them. They all have like a crossbow, a short sword, a set of leather armor for kobolds, and no fish, surprisingly.
Well, I guess it's okay then. All right, so I got a 24, which is not a critical success, but it's still 2d8.
And that's treating wounds on Hal.
Yes, sir. I can do this again in an hour for Ezrin because I did it mid combat. It's only once a day.
Right. Yeah. So yeah,
That's another 15.
The Ezrin one is separate from the treat wounds cooldown.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So the battle
totally
wounds is
different.
once
Yeah.
a day.
Once a day, someone can benefit
so
from.
So Ezra's checking out the barricade. Cairo and Hellraiser are doing the like medic thing. So that gives Val like chance to like, what would Val be doing in this bit of time? Your shield did take a bit of damage.
Yes, I was gonna say, could I do a quick repair to
Yep.
just finish up my shield? So it's crafting, yeah?
Yeah, give me the crafting check.
Okay. 20.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so you repair that shield up, no problem.
Right, perfect.
I have a question, GM. I'm looking at the spell list for a cleric, and I gotta say that there's like 4 damage cantrips. Can I switch a cantrip out? I don't like some of these.
I mean, you could switch out your cantrip when you started the day. That's fine with me.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think the rule in Pathfinder, like I said, is you don't pick your cantrips. They're part of like your preparedness. I know that's true of wizards. I'm not 100% sure it's true of clerics, but I think that's fine. Yeah, Fuzz says, a caster not having a damaging cantrip. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, he did that one time. He's like, we got in like combat. He's like, wait, I don't have any damaging cantrips. Okay. So yeah, so Ezrin, you kind of check out the barrier. It smells like rotting fish and sweat. Everyone else is kind of doing their healing thing, which gives you like a few minutes to like, I mean, you can poke your head and check out the fountain if you want.
Sure.
Okay. So you move into this room. And so you move into the fountain room, and
Can I be like behind Ezrin just standing guard?
sure. I mean, you're mostly focused on crafting, so you're not really on guard, but you're
My
oh,
quick
like
repair is a minute.
oh, then yeah, you absolutely can. That's right. You have quick repair. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not any time at all. It's just like You get the duct tape out and like wrap it around your shield a few times. You're good to go. Okay, so you move into this, and it says, while much of this rectangular chamber is in ruins, the center contains a fountain of pristine water with something glittering at the bottom. In the middle of the fountain is a marble statue of a mermaid, her lips pursed as if she was about to blow a kiss, or maybe whistle. Each corner of the pool has some sort of mechanism embedded in the stones that looks interesting.
Ezra's gonna look at Valerie, and say,
And you can both give me a perception check while you're here.
"Sure, you're handy with the with all these sorts of things." Ooh,
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk into the room, Ezrin, right? And the first thing that like notice, like before you step where you are, you might want to stop because you notice that the tiles around the fountain seem to be trapped.
okay.
So like there is this sort of like I'll put this on the hang on. I'll put this on the layer so you can see it. But like this dotted line kind of denotes all the spaces around this fountain are trapped.
Oof.
And anyone who like you notice like it's like a pressure plate that if you stepped on it would trigger the trap.
What do you think?
What did you see?
Pressure plates,
Pressure
things
plate.
trapped.
I see. Well, I mean, I'm not very skilled at disabling these things. Maybe we could ask Hal for help,
Good thinking.
right? And I'll yell out, "Boys!"
Yeah, our healing would only take 10 minutes. So
10 minutes is fine. Yeah, so 10 minutes later you guys come in.
Yes, what is it?
Yes, Ezrin found pressure plates surrounding the fountain. Could you perhaps take a look at it? Maybe we could use your skill in here.
Very good. I would like to disable the trap or figure out how to disable the trap.
Yeah, so there are like let's see. Yeah, so if you for like each one of these squares is basically like a separate pressure plate, all connected to the trap. So if you want to, you can try to make a thievery check to disable like a single pressure plate and deactivate it. The other thing that you notice, especially since you're taking the time here and it's not like hectic, the fountain itself seems to have those 4 mechanisms on the corner, and it seems to be crucial to like the operation of this trap. So if you were to disable those, the trap would cease to function completely. But really, it would just take deactivating the pressure plates to never set it off, right? And so there's 2 different ways to go about disabling this trap. Either deactivate the mechanisms that control the trap, or deactivate the pressure plate that sets off the trap.
Let's go for the mechanisms, which are the corners, yeah?
Yeah, the problem is like the corner of the fountain, like here, you'd have to like step on the pressure plate to even get to them. Or jump over the pressure plate, because from what you guys can see, it's the pressure plate itself. The middle of the floor is the ground, and it's not the fountain. It's just the floor around the fountain, right?
Right.
So you could try to jump there.
Well, let's do the ones here closer. What do you want me to roll? My thievery?
Well, so you can't disable the fountain without being in like right next to it, right?
Well, you said the corners of the fountain or the corners of the
corners of the fountain. So let me do this just so it's easier
Gotcha.
for you guys to see. So like these sort of blue circles are like the mechanisms built into the fountain that are like the control fountain. So you'd have to disable those corners, not the corners of the room. Sorry.
All right. So let me try to disable this pressure plate. So I can climb into the fountain.
Yeah, so I'm trying to look up because like leap is a skill, right? You can take a careful jump for up to 10 feet horizontal. You land in the space where you leap in. So like you should be able to jump across the pressure plate without any issue and splash in the fountain, but you know, you're not sure what's going on in the fountain. So yeah, go ahead and give me that thievery check. Sorry.
That's an 18.
Okay. So you try disabling the pressure plate. You are unsuccessful in finding a way to disable this pressure plate. It's old. It's like been here for a while, and you can tell that like it probably is jammed, and you're having a hard time wedging it in a way to cause it to not trigger.
I don't know
So
that I can do it. It seems kind of old.
yeah, so it seems to be, since you can't disable it, you can, you know, try again. You know that like trying to disarm a trap, if you like critically fail, could trigger it. I think that's what it is, but it's up to you if you want to keep trying to disable it.
I will try one more time.
So yeah, so a failure is just a failure. If you succeed, you disable the device. If it's a critical success, it's better if it's like a complex thing. And if you critical fail, you will trigger it. So you can try it again. Just don't.
I will use a hero point.
Okay.
And try again. And I'm not very good at this.
Also, retroactively, I want to give one extra hero point to. Let's give it for the last combat. I'm gonna give it to Cairo for that shoving the kobold out of cover, because I thought that was pretty cool.
Ooh, thank you.
So take a hero point for that. So you don't trigger it, but it does not disable again. Everyone's like tapping their foot, waiting for you to disable this thing.
No, Hal, you take as long as you want. Take as long as you need.
I don't think I can get this one.
I say you keep on trying until we figure it out. It looks interesting.
Hey, we don't have to.
Well, can we even reach that pathway up to the north there unless we figure this out?
You'd be able to crawl over these rocks in the corner, and get around without triggering it. Yeah, you don't have to trigger it. The main thing is that there's definitely like shiny stuff in the water.
Yeah, I myself like shiny stuff, but I guess we can move on.
Just pushing on then.
I have a question though. Like, what
Okay.
if we just trigger like one pressure plate? And
Well,
then
I mean, here's the thing, right? What if there's these big rocks, and take your idea, Val, and we scurry on back to this room we were in over here,
Ah,
Yes.
yes, the bait and switch.
and we just throw a rock onto a pressure plate from the hallway and see what
I
happens.
read this in a book once. It's called like Indiana something.
Indiana Jones.
Right. Exactly.
So how about, Val, why don't you, it's dark as crap back here without your sword. Could you come around the corner, please?
Of course. Here?
Yes, thank you. Now I can see. So my idea, piggybacking off of Val's great idea, is to take one of them rocks and throw it onto a pressure plate from the hallway. Let's see what happens, like you said. I suggest that everyone else gets out of the room, though, just in case it's very bad.
Do you think I should grab a rock that's a little bit more close to maybe how
Make
a
it a good size rock.
person or a creature would weigh?
I mean, you can pick up one of the kobolds and just, after we
Oh,
check the
that's
body
true,
for
that's very
treasure,
true.
and just
could
throw
do
one of the
that.
kobolds on there, right? Like,
Yeah, they're already dead.
yeah, right. It's not going to hurt them anymore.
That's true. All right.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I mean,
All
I
right, I
don't
like
mind
it.
desecrating dead bodies as long as you guys don't.
Ezrin laughs, and then you bring up the desecrating bodies, and like, well, through the teachings of Saren Ray, we know
I'll
that
grab two just in case, the first one doesn't work. We could throw the second one.
that's a good idea.
All right.
Their souls are no longer in their bodies. So
I believe you. You're a priest.
thank you.
So I
All
like to
right.
imagine one kobold tucked under each arm.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or-
and just
Describe
kind of,
what you're doing to me.
I believe she's doing the action from the core rulebook called Yeet.
Yeet. How many actions is a yeet? Does it take 2 of your actions?
I think it's depends on how hard you yell Yeet.
Yeet.
Got it. Yeah. So you're yeeting this kobold into the pressure plate?
Yes, please. I would like to eat a kobold.
Okay. So you yeet the kobold and it like slams against the ground and like it like hits the ground, slides, hits the edge of the fountain, and there's like a clicking noise as the pressure plate like lowers, and you watch as like the fountain comes to life. And the mermaid like in the middle starts like kind of spinning around. You can see all the 4 corners, at least the corner you can see here. The gears that you can see embedded start like kind of like twisting and turning, and this fountain is like spinning around like wildly in the room, like 360 degrees in like crazy patterns. And it's just like spraying its water out of its mouth at very high pressure, like hitting the walls. And like if you were in that room and it hit you, you could tell that it would probably hurt. And it's just spraying the room with water. It's actually like there's a pause, and it's like some traps in Pathfinder are simple traps. Other traps are called complex. These traps behave more like creatures and have their own initiative. And you like unpause, and this trap is just going now. And the whole room is just being sprayed in water as the fountain spins around, and like the whole room is just this chaotic mess now. You can see like the spray seems to be random. Like sometimes it like hits a single spot in the room, sometimes it sprays like the whole half of a room, sometimes it sprays like right in the corner, and it just seems to be doing a random spraying of water. And as the kobold lays there and the thing's still spraying, it doesn't show any signs of letting up. It's going for at least a minute, and you guys are just standing there watching it. Occasionally, like a spray of water comes out of that hallway, just like the mist like hits you.
Well,
Glad we weren't in that room.
yeah, good job with the yeeting. I think that room is foobarred, so we should go to the north.
Don't
To the
you want the
north.
shiny stuff though? It
Well,
seems like a 2-parter.
maybe when we get back, it will have tired its mechanisms out,
Right.
or maybe it's just because the body's sitting on top of the pressure plate.
Do you want to
Oh,
salvage the body?
I'm not going in there.
We could always come back.
Yeah, let's see how we are on our way out.
All right. Could be our prize.
So as you trigger the trap and then walk away, you all earn 80 experience points
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
for not essentially for not setting off the trap. Like you set it off intentionally, but you didn't let the effects of the trap hurt you, right? You passed a perception check, you didn't notice it. Whether it's actually overcoming it in a traditional way or not, you still, avoided the trap, and that's worth experience.
Ooh.
Well done, everybody. Let's clear these out. Do we need a crafting check?
Well, that's the question. Do you want to do this loudly, or do you want to do this quietly? This is like a flashback to like Valerie just like
Yes, I would
hacking the
actually.
barrier.
I was thinking about that earlier. So I do not want to use brute force on this. I
Okay.
remember that, I used to lift a lot of crates back in the farm. So I would like to do the same thing for the barricade that's right in front of us.
Okay, absolutely. You get up there, give me that crafting roll to see if you can do this carefully without making too much noise. Ooh, very nice.
Oh shit.
Mm.
So yeah, you very easily are able to like take out the crates and the barrels and move everything in a nice manner so nothing crumbles, nothing is loud. There's even one part where like the lid falls off the barrel, but like you manage to reach out and like catch it before it hits the ground and keep things like super quiet. And yeah, you guys managed to remove this barrier silently.
Well done, Valerie.
That's a new thing for us.
Yeah, and so as you start clearing it, you can see beyond there seems to be almost like a pool of like stagnant water. And that so beyond the barricade, the passageway meanders briefly. The floor descends slightly and soon becomes flooded by a shallow pool of water. The water appears to be flowing out a passageway to the right, and a shimmering blue light in that direction reflects off the water there. The main passageway continues to the left over the slight depression in the floor where the water has pooled. And from that direction, like to the north, an overpowering stench, even stronger than it was on the barrels, drifts from around the bend. So something terrible smelling coming from the north, and the water appears to be flowing from the east.
Ugh, I feel like this stench is on me.
Right. As she moves to the north, I say, hold on, lass. He looks at the barrels in front of him, looks up at the sky, and he's like, I felt like that should have been some experience.
It's a good point. It doesn't mention this specific barricade giving experience, but the earlier one did, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go back and double check what the reference is.
But Valerie, I do feel like there might be an enemy of some sort up there. Nothing natural or smells like that.
So earlier it was 10 experience points for removing the barrier quietly. So take 10 more experience points.
By my count, we're up to 388. Let me know if I'm in error.
2.
Also have 3 to 88.
All right.
So we're back to exploration mode, so you guys can tell me what your exploration actions are as we move further through this dungeon.
Oh, you know I'm detecting magic.
I
Okay.
will scout ahead quietly.
Okay, so you're doing the scouting
and looking for traps. Not quietly.
and always looking for traps, right?
The lookout for enemies.
Okay. Is that one of the, what is it? Is it just like, what's that?
Is that tracking?
skill? Is that exploration? Tracking would be like looking for footprints, though, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's probably just like a perception, right? But like, there's got to be a skill. Let's see. I don't know. Is there like a list of exploration actions?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Because I'm sure there's one for this, right? Exploration activities. So detect magic,
Yeah.
follow the expert, and investigate.
Avoid notice, scout, search. Yeah, because he's already technically looking for traps automatically.
Right. So it's probably just
Initially,
search.
I was thinking like, well, not really, but I wanted to scout ahead. That way, like, if someone did
Well,
ambush us again,
Hal's already doing
Yeah.
that. So we can't get +2. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could do the search kind of thing.
Looking for a list.
So it says when searching, a character notices the presence or absence of something unusual in the area. Like it would show you. It doesn't give you everything you're looking for, but you could look for, hidden characters and stuff like that. Like something was going to ambush you, like a kobold or something.
Right. Okay, I'll do that one.
Okay. So you give me a perception check. And what were you doing, Ezrin?
Good old investigation as we're walking down.
Okay. Yeah, give me that investigation check.
perception.
Is it just perception for investigate?
Yes, sir.
12.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of like the water is really stagnant, and it also looks completely out of place here because there's definitely no like source of running water, which seems a bit weird. But I think with a 12, that's probably all you get. Kind of same thing, Valerie. You're on the lookout for anything that might ambush you, but like nothing in this immediate area. Nothing seems hidden. Nothing comes to your eye. Hal's scouting ahead to provide the bonus, and there's nothing with like detect magic coming up on your ping. So which direction are you guys going? I guess Hal would be the scout, so Hal would choose if you guys are going north or east.
There is 2 ways Which way is the stench coming from?
Stench is coming from the north.
Let's
And the
go
water-
over this
the
way.
water. Yeah. Okay. So you go to the east. Let me clear this. I have this turn tracker still up. Okay.
We should probably get someone with light up here. Val, why don't you go in front of me? Thank you.
Okay. So you move into this room here. And
This looks like the Fifth Element room.
kind of. It's not bad. So
Mhm.
on the far side of the puddle of water is a strange chamber crackling with magical energy. And as you would approach this room, what's the range on detect magic? Like 30 feet or something like that?
Yes, sir.
As you kind of come into the corner of this room, you definitely get a ping on your detect magic.
I popped it up in there for you. Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, so yeah, as you pretty much get right into the corner of this room, that's when you would get a sense of detect magic. On the far side of the puddle of water is a strange chamber crackling with magical energy. Pulsing orbs float in 3 of the 4 corners of this room. The orb in the southwest is made of brown earth and stone, while as the one in the northeast looks to be made of glass and is filled with a swirling cloud. The orb in the far corner holds a roaring flame. Opposite that orb are shattered remains and the water that flows down the passageway to the northwest. Yeah. As we move into this room, and you guys calling it the fifth element room is not a bad idea because there's like an earth moat, like a fire moat, an air moat, and the water moat's missing, but the chamber you just came through is flooded with water that seems out of place. And there is this weird sort of place in the middle for the fifth element. But I think this is probably a good spot to take a quick 5-minute break. We are at 9 o'clock, so we're most of the way through our night. So let's take a 5-minute break right here. It's 8:59, so we'll come back at 9:05, and we will continue with the rest of tonight's session, which is Hello, welcome back to Pathfinder Second Edition, Menace under Otari. I am DM Steve. With me is the Otari 2600s. We are in the middle of clearing out a dungeon from under Otari. We just found the fifth element room, as you guys so graciously described. It's actually pretty accurate. If you're in our chat, if you're coming over from the other streams that have just ended, like, welcome. We are all 5th edition veterans who don't know a lot about Pathfinder, and we're trying it out, and we're having a blast doing so. Exposing ourselves to this new sort of game system has been fun, and we're treating this like a video game experience. So we're learning together. So I don't claim to know all the answers, but we do have a fun time figuring them out. If you're new to our chat, if you're watching this on Twitch, down there, hit the follow button. Help us out. If you are watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I told my players they could have a quick break, but I came back a little early, so I think most people are back. I saw Jordan was back. Nina, are you back yet?
Hello.
Nina's back too. Awesome. All right. So when we last left off, you guys had entered the fifth element room, and you guys are here scouting around a broken water orb behind you, 3 orbs of the different elements. You are definitely getting a sense of magic in this room, Cairo, which pretty obvious, but yeah, you definitely pick up the magic. So what would you guys like to do?
If you said something, Rick, it broke off.
It sounded like you started speaking and cut out, but I wasn't sure if you were actually trying to speak.
No, we just got a lot of people around
Got it.
jibber jabbing. So
Okay.
Well, I'd like to do like a religion check, try and think back to my studies. If there's anything in here about the play of elements and about this bowl in the center. So like a recall, knowledge, religion.
Yeah, give me a recall knowledge religion check.
Let me check my bonus. That's not bad.
I would hope not.
It doesn't matter when I roll a 3. So that's an 11.
Okay. There are plenty of different religious figures based around the elements, and the arrangement of this, nothing jumps to mind as coming out one way or another. It doesn't mean anything to you, unfortunately.
This
And I think, like,
feels-
sorry,
Go ahead.
somebody started talking. Was it Nina?
Oh no, it was me.
Brianna.
No, go ahead. I was gonna ask to do something, but go ahead.
Did you want to provide any more context, Steve, before I do any RP?
No. Yeah, go ahead and do your RP thing real quick, and then I'm going to get into something that happens right after that.
I was going to say that it seems more arcane and less religious might be your area of expertise, Ezra.
Yeah, I was about to ask if I could do some sort of arcana or lore, or recall knowledge, academia, sort of.
Yeah, give me one of those rolls, and we'll see if you can think of this in any sort of academic way.
Academic or arcana?
Your choice. You tell me what, if you're trying to learn what, depending on what kind of role you make is the kind of information you'll get, right? So are you looking at this from an academic point of view, like book study stuff, or are you trying to understand the magical essence of the room?
I probably want to know the magical essence in this room, so let's
Okay.
do arcana.
Do it arcana.
26.
God damn.
6. So these orbs in the room are very clear. Like these orbs are kind of like a focal point that almost connects this altar to the different planes of existence. So the air plane, the fire plane, the earth plane, and the water plane that broke. It's definitely like a focus point, and it's very common for these sort of shrines to be able to bestow magical effects on people who come and worship before them. And you're pretty sure that would be the purpose of these shrines and these orbs.
Looks like we have here a one of those religious kind of things.
Well, shit. I must be having a bad day.
Well, it's partly religious, but also arcana, right? It's like it's a magical effect. Some smart sort of people did this sort of setup. Like this was made by trained wizards or something of the effect, or really religious people that are really dedicated to all the elements for some reason. So as you guys do these kind of things, and then you kind of start stepping up over towards the things, you guys kind of come up through the room. At this point, the fire orb that's on the south, like west side of the room, you it's always silly when the module like does something like this, but basically, the fire orb. Hang on, let me see. I guess.
Would this have happened before or after I walked up to it? I just want to know how much damage I'm going to take.
No, it would have been as you're walking up to it. But I guess this doesn't quite say. Okay, so the fire orb, I thought the fire orb like rolls off the shrine and breaks, but that's not the case. So as you like step in, the fire orb flares up, and you watch as like 3 bits of fire spill out onto the ground and begin burning the ground around it. And then as that's happening, you see the fire starts like forming into small creatures, and it's forming into like 3 rat-like creatures. So they're almost like fire rats.
Well, this is bad. I think there's something wrong with this shrine you were talking about.
2 of them look like these ones in the back here that I'm putting on the token there. This one, wait, sorry. This one and this one, they look smaller, almost like just normal looking rats, but they got like fire eyes and they got like embers glowing from within. It almost looks like a flame in the shape of a small rat. But this one here in the front is a little bigger. And so this character looks like this. It's a cinder rat. So it's larger than the rest. It's basically got like fiery tail. It's got like lava like at its core. And the main thing it's doing, it is like putting out a cloud of smoke that obscures it from your vision. So I'm gonna put an aura on this thing that you guys can hopefully see. It's down here now. So I'm gonna do it. It's a 5-foot aura that everyone should be able to see. So you guys can see that brown aura.
Yep.
So it's putting up smoke, which is like basically concealing everything within it. So when you're fighting something, like there's like a pause here as the tutorial kicks up, and it says, like when something is concealed from you, you must make a flat check whenever attacking it. And a flat check in Pathfinder is rolling a d20 roll with nothing added. It's just a pure luck roll. If you roll a 5 or more, your attack connects normally. However, if you roll under a 5, your attack just misses. So since the rat begins like making this sort of smoky cloud around it, and I need you guys to roll initiative. Like Hal scouted, so you guys get the +1 bonus to your initiative. This is going to be a perception. I would allow Hal to do stealth because you didn't do any actions coming into this, right? You were just hanging back and like kind of being sneaky. So if you want to do stealth as your initiative, that's fine with me.
Whoa.
Dang.
Didn't click your token.
Nope.
You said you got a +1?
And we all got a +1 here.
Cool.
Whoa.
Who missed their token? No, everyone's token got on there. Do you have to add it a second time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even your second roll was pretty high. Okay. So in our descending order, Hal, you're first to act.
I will. Is this very tall? This thing in the middle?
No, it's not that tall. Like it could provide cover. It's tall enough to provide cover if you go up next to it. Yeah.
Enough to hide behind?
Yes.
I will move, stride to it, and then I'll try to hide behind
Okay.
it.
All right. Give me that stealth roll.
This is gonna be terrible. Oh, not bad.
That's pretty good. So all these like rats are in the smoke thing. So like these two here, you would all like constantly beat because they can't see you at all right now. Anyways, you're concealed from them. The cinder rat doesn't seem to be as affected by its own smoke. But you're pretty sneaky. You're pretty hidden.
Last action. I don't know. Take cover. Is that a one action
Okay, yeah,
thing?
you can take cover.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
That's it.
So you increase your cover from +2 to +4 to your AC.
All right, that's it.
Perfect. All right. The giant rats go next. So this rat this fiery like rat comes stumbling out of the smoke and sees you, Cairo, and it like leaps out to bite at you. So one action to stride.
I'm so glad I moved up.
One action to bite. It's an 8. And it's second. It was a natural one actually. And then for its third action and second strike, it gets a 21.
Well, that hits, GM.
All right, so you take 5 piercing damage.
Ow.
All right. This rat on this side runs out at Ezrin, who's like, this reminds me of this story I read in a book. And then the rat jumps at you and bites you, Ezrin, or tries to.
Good God.
So one stride to bite. First strike's a 24.
24 hits.
Okay, that's 4 piercing damage.
All right.
And the third third action, second strike is a 19.
19 also hits.
5 more piercing.
All right.
And Ezrin, it is your turn.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to take a careful step back, and hopefully, Ray of Frost will work this time. 13 to hit.
What are you ray frosting? The rat?
The rat in front of me.
13 misses.
Boo.
You have the
that's my
worst luck with your freaking spells, man.
I blame Jordan
You should just
every single time
you should
with
just
his terrible rolls.
Yeah, you need to like do like all like magic missiles or something.
Yeah, it's my fault.
You
It
gotta
Every
costs-
time.
that force bolt.
It costs spell slots, and I don't. It's in short supply.
Okay. Up next, the cinder rat that comes running out, and it like sees like Kairos the closest, and it runs out. So it uses one stride action, or I guess it's just a step, 5 feet, to move out. And then the smoke like washes over you, and you begin like coughing from the smoke, and everything goes hazy, and you can't see.
Cool.
Yeah, you can't see
Flat-footed?
it. Let's see. Yes, because it's concealed from you, so
Yep.
you are flat-footed from it. So it is
Yeah.
going to use its jaw. Second action is a jaw to bite you.
Right.
That is a 24.
That hits.
All right, that is 9 fire damage you take.
Nice.
All right, and then it gets its third action would also be that's a 15 for its second bite.
It misses.
Okay, that's its turn. Valerie.
Val, be a good lass and come down next to me to the south here and kill this stupid fire rat
I was
thing.
planning on it,
Thank
but
you.
I'm not sure if I could see this person right here. Could
Eh,
I see this rat?
It's half out
Uh,
of the.
It's concealed, right? So like it's in that smoke, so you have to make a flat check if you try to attack it, but you can attack it.
There's like half of its ass is outside speaking.
Yeah.
King. All right.
So one action to stride there, right?
You should roll the check before you make the attack.
Oh, I should.
So
Yeah.
just a,
If you're gonna attack,
yeah,
so just
a straight D20.
just roll a straight D20. Anything 5 or higher, your attack connects. So that's a flat check. So an 18 means your attack's gonna connect. So now you can follow through with your attack.
All right. So I already used the stride action, and then I'm gonna attack it with my longsword
Yep.
for 25.
25 is a crit.
My
Oh,
goodness.
that's perfect. 18.
18 damage destroys that rat, that little fire rat.
Okay. Perfect. And I will raise my shield.
Okay. Raising of the
Could I
shield.
see where Cairo is?
He's like, there's smoke all around him, so you're aware of.
All right, got it. And I
Okay.
can see where the cinder rat is too, right?
Oh, actually, you and Kyra had the same initiative, but I didn't ask you guys who wanted to go first, but it's okay. What was that question?
I can see where the cinder rat is as well.
Yeah, like you're aware of it being there because it's a glowing sort of thing, so it's concealed from you but not hidden. If that
Right.
makes sense.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, Kyra.
Oh shit. Well, this is gonna suck. Let's
That
try
bad?
a new can I do an intelligence check to see if touching this thing is gonna hurt me?
Yeah, so that would definitely be a. Let's see. This thing is an elemental, so let me see.
Oh, I'm not gonna make an Arcana check if it's an Arcana check.
So let's see. There's an action for this, right? There's a skill for this.
Yeah, recall knowledge, but I don't know what it would fall under. Occultism, nature,
Creature identification.
Arcana.
So it'd be the creature identification, like sort of thing. There's a skill that's called that. It's like a one action to do it, right? So,
Yeah.
it's a recall knowledge, right?
Yeah. But I mean, there's recall knowledge under each of the different disciplines, you know, Arcana, lore, nature, occultism, religion.
Yeah. So this is an elemental.
So Arcana
it'd probably be
or nature.
Arcana or nature.
Let me see what my nature's at. It's probably bad.
Yeah, so there's a list in Pathfinder that says for this creature type, these are the skills most suited to like knowing information about it. In this case, for elemental, this is Arcana or nature.
That's a 25.
Okay.
Oh, I hit the
Is
wrong button.
medicine the same?
I hit the
same
wrong button.
bonus?
Let me just take away the bonus so the roll still counts. So that's 4 down. So that'd be a 21.
So 21. Okay. 21. So it identifies by its best known attributes. So it doesn't cause it, as far as you're aware, it doesn't cause you won't take any damage just touching this thing. But the thing that you would definitely know is it's weak to cold. Sorry, it's weak to cold.
Right. Yeah. If only I
Okay.
had
Also,
cold
at the
stuff.
start of your turn, the smoke is like making you cough. I need you to make a fortitude saving throw at the start of your turn.
Lovely. That's a natural
Whew.
20.
Yeah, you are not affected by the smoke at all for this turn.
I may not be using my dice, my real life dice in this game because they haven't been good to me. All right, so
Okay.
I'm gonna
One
try
action to
and
recall
make
knowledge. You have two
Yep.
actions.
So here's an interesting thing. This is a one. What is it? It's 2 action. Its range is touch.
Mm-hmm.
You touch a living creature or undead. It doesn't
Right.
say anything about me rolling anything. Let me hit the button, see what it does. No, I just roll.
Yeah. So let's see. There's got to be rules for touch spells, right?
Yeah.
Like touching an unruling creature or something. There's probably still going to at least be a flat check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got to make the D20 roll. I probably.
So use your
13.
so a spell. Yeah, so you can touch it. A spell with a range of touch requires you to physically touch the target. You use your unarmed reach to determine whether you can touch the creature. You can usually touch the target automatically, unless the spell says they can attempt a saving throw, or you have to make a spell attach roll. So yes, there's no roll for this. It's just the flat check, which you passed.
And then it gets a save, because if it fails the save, it's enfeebled for 1 round on a critical failure.
And that is fortitude saving throw.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's make a fortitude saving throw. It gets a 13, so it fails.
It fails, so it is now enfeebled for 1 round. We should probably find out what enfeebled means.
That's a good point. So I'm gonna mark the damage off first. So it's 8 damage, 8 negative
8
damage,
damage.
right?
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm actually concentrating negative energy and hitting this
Right.
thing.
So no immunities or weaknesses to that. So it's just straight up 8 damage. And then do me a favor and look up enfeebled. What was it? Enfeebled?
Yes, sir. Enfeebled. If it was undead, it would have a different reaction.
Enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to the condition value to strength-based rolls DCs, including strength-based melee attack rolls, athletic checks, etc. So it's just weak.
Stats.
-1 if it has any strength-based stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if it attacks with strength or anything. And that was all my actions. I'm probably gonna die here. So good. It's good knowing everybody.
All right, Hal.
All right.
I'm trying.
I will sneak around to attack this guy.
Okay, make that sneak roll.
Oh, they're in the smoke too, so they're gonna have a hard time seeing him.
Oh, that's a good point. Like yeah, because it's not hidden, it's concealed. So you definitely would need to make the sneak check to stay hidden at least. But you have bonus to the. He would have like a negative, or you'd have a bonus, one or the other. So go ahead and make the stealth roll for the sneak.
24.
Yep. Stealthy as you need to be. Right up to it. So it's unaware of you, flat-footed, but it would already have been flat-footed either way, I guess. Either way, it's flat-footed against you.
I will take an attack.
It's like advantage
Roll.
in 5th edition. You can't stack advantages, right? There's just
Yeah.
flat-footed.
Rick, you got to roll the d20 to see if you can even hit him.
You do have to roll a d20 just to see if you can find it in the smoke. So this is the flat check.
Oh shit!
Natural 20. Yeah,
Very
you find
nice.
it. So now roll the attack.
All right.
Oh shit!
That's a crit.
And
It's 14.
I get a roll. What is my sneak attack at?
It's already
I think it's
dead.
at 1d6. So it'd be one. It's dead for sure.
But
you
let's
can
see
much
how
damage
dead it
actually
is.
was, right?
Yeah, let's see how dead
It'd be 1d6 times 2, so it'd be 6 more damage. So
Damn.
20 total.
It's dead.
Dead.
I will
Okay.
sneak back. Actually, can I sneak back? Is that something?
No, because I think as soon as you attack,
You're
you
no
break
longer
your
hidden.
stealth.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could walk back to behind the cover, but you wouldn't be able to take the stealth action.
Okay, I'll
Or
just
you
go
wouldn't be
behind
able
there.
to Okay, just move back.
Yep.
All right. The rats are dead, so they don't have a turn. Ezrin, you're next.
Esbrin is going to come and roll to see if she can actually see the rats.
Yeah, it's like every attack you make, you would just roll. So a 5 and above is what you need. So 5 is yes,
Oh.
you beat the.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It doesn't say above 5; it says 5 and above. So it's yeah, you hit barely.
Cool. So I'm gonna hit it with a daze.
Oh, very nice.
So 4 damage automatically, and then has to make a save.
And that is a will DC.
Yes.
Okay. It gets a 19 on its will save.
Lame.
Oh damn.
Close,
Third-
so close.
13 plus 6.
It's good knowing y'all.
So it is not stunned.
Nope. And then
You have one more action.
can't really do anything, so yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
You could
The
take cover behind the thing.
I mean, it's just one enemy, and it seems to be interested in you, so.
The interesting. I'm dying this round, everybody. Good to know you.
Okay, so this rat is going to use its turns to just tear into you. So
Yep.
first attack us. So I checked, and its jaws, its bite is a finesse weapon, so it's not affected by the enfeeble. It is
Lovely.
a dexterity base.
Lovely. It's not
thing.
affected by its own smoke, I'm guessing.
It's not.
Cool.
It can see through its own smoke. Yeah, so you are flat-footed
Nice.
against it.
Nice.
and it doesn't. So that is a 27.
Yeah. Yep. That's a crit because
It's a crit.
I'm flat-footed. That puts my AC at 15, and then, so that's a crit.
Is this? Did he hit you last turn? He bit you last turn too, right? Or did he miss?
Yeah, it wasn't a crit last time though.
Okay, yeah, but like this is actually my bad because there's more effects to the bite on this rat that I forgot last time.
Cool.
So this thing does
yeah.
what's called persistent damage. So when
All
it
right.
bites you, you light on fire.
See, that would have been good
your
to
turn,
know, because I would have
Yeah, so the
moved
last
into
one
the
didn't-
water. If I was
Yeah,
on
the
fire,
last
I
time
would
it
have
didn't
moved
do
into
it.
the water.
You wouldn't have been on fire because I didn't remember it, but this bite, even
Okay.
with so from the bite, you take 24 critical damage.
Okay,
Oh my
I'm down.
So you're down.
Yeah.
And then so you get the dying one condition. And you're burning. But like so this is
So
a good time to pause.
persistent bleed damage automatically puts me one lower.
It's not
Cool.
bleed, it's fire. But like how does that work when you're dying and you take damage?
It automatically puts you down every single round. You take more damage, which puts you lower on the dying condition.
So similar to like the same as 5e?
Yeah. You would just keep losing HP, which doesn't count against you. It just puts you down a rung. So I'd be dying one now,
So-
and then on my turn, I'd automatically go down to dying 2, making my save DC
If you take
worse.
the damage, right? Because you take damage at the end of your turn, and there's a chance it goes out before you take any damage.
But I
Kyra,
take my save at the end of my turn. So I take the damage and then I make the save.
true, yeah. Unless somebody else puts you out.
This
So
is true.
Kyra goes down, you fall limp, and
No one-
his
no one
body,
sees it.
even though he's unconscious, is burning. They can see it because it's they can hear you. It can hear you screaming in pain and the crackling of the skin, right? Okay, so that's one action, and then it scurries over here next to you, Valerie. And with his third action, it will use his jaws attack on you. You are flat-footed against it, but it gets a 13 and misses you.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put I'm moving your initiative to match the creature that knocked you unconscious. And Valerie, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to yell out, "Who has the healing potion? Cairo needs it." And then I would, if I could. This is going to be so stupid. Could
Do it.
I grapple this rat and then like do a wrestling move and then move him towards here? That way he won't be tempted about hitting Cairo again.
So I'm sure that Pathfinder rules for grapple are way more complex than
Let me look it up.
5e, but I'm looking it up. So it says you can grapple the target.
I want to
You're enfeeble. Did it only last until the end?
Yeah.
When does until the end of his turn or the beginning of your turn?
For one round. So it's still
It's still in effect. So
yeah.
it's still enfeebled by your spell. So that'd be good against an athletics check. So grappling would be an action. But here's the thing for grapple, you have to have a hand free. So you've got a shield in one hand and you've got your weapon in the other hand. If you want to grapple it, you got to throw your weapon on the floor or throw your shield on the floor.
I'll throw my shield on the floor.
All right,
Fine.
your shield clatters to the floor.
Yeah.
And so you to grapple it would be an athletics check, and then there's got to be a rule for like moving someone, right? Like
Manipulate. Under manipulate.
It's under skills, athletics.
Is that actually just a straight athletics skill?
Go to skills, athletics.
That's cool. So athletics has I mean, I'm looking on the beginner's box, right? I don't see it. Maybe on the
So grapple, you attempt to grab an opponent, you have a free hand, critical success, gains the restrained condition until the end of your turn. If someone's restrained, they can't move.
But what about dragging something after you've grappled them?
And then so
That's
what a
I'm
lot of people have done is they will either take a grappled person and either trip them or shove them. Because when you grapple them, you can then control direction with your shove instead of just straight back.
Yeah. Well, let's
There's
start with the athletics check to see if you can even grab it. Right.
There's no. She would need to do a straight DC roll
Give me the
to see
flat
if she can
check.
even
Right.
touch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the flat. Oh, first of all, as the smoke washes over you, give me your fortitude save against the smoke. So your flat check's a 19. That works. Give me a fortitude save.
A fortitude save. Well,
So you are affected. You're coughing up. The smoke is affecting you. You have a
okay.
-1 to all checks and DCs for the round. So
All
you will
right.
have a -1 on this athletics check.
Okay.
So make the athletics check to grab it. You're literally grabbing a like rat full of fire.
That's
15.
okay.
Okay. So it has a
Oh, and
-1 to its. What is it? What is the grapple target again? It targets fortitude. So its fortitude is a 19 to grapple it. But -1 because it's feeble. So your target was 18. With a 15, you do not successfully grapple this thing.
Damn it.
That was one action.
Yeah. I'll hit it.
The grapple is considered an attack, so it uses up one of your attacks. So your second action that attacks will actually be at the -5.
Okay, that's okay.
So yeah, make the attack. Make another flat roll.
I wonder if it understands English. I mean, common. Oh, 5.
5 is enough.
Attack it with my longsword.
Yep. Make that attack roll. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yes, sir.
So that is a critical hit for sure. You didn't roll with a -5, right? But even with that,
It would have
because
been
you
a
rolled
25.
the natural 20 would be a 25, and it still bumps it up to crit. So it's a crit either way. So that is 18 points of slashing damage. This thing is hurt really bad. It's bloodied, but it's still up.
Val asked the question earlier. No one responded. It is a good question. Who's got the potion?
Not me.
I don't.
You guys
think
have.
I have it.
She gave you one, right? And did you find another one somewhere?
I don't remember.
I'm only aware of one.
Okay,
too.
maybe you didn't find one. Did you? I feel like you did. No?
I'm pretty sure it was just one.
Okay. So somebody has
Unless
to
we
have
were
it.
unless we were supposed to find one, and
I don't know why I remembered two, but maybe not. Maybe that was something you haven't got to yet.
all right then.
But so who has it? I mean, at this point, it could be anyone you want, right? Because nobody seems to know who has it. Did you? It's just there's a cat back to the like tavern, and it's just sitting on the table you guys were eating dinner at.
Did you
Somebody
give
had
one?
to have. She gave you one when you guys got back at the end of the session last
Yeah,
time.
and then
For
I
sure.
think Hal took it.
Yeah. So Hal taking it, that works for me.
Okay, I got it.
I kind of remember them giving it to Ezrin and saying you took a lot of damage last time here, but it works for Hal too. I don't care.
Yep.
Okay, wait. Maybe.
Oh, my mistake. I do have it. Apologies.
Yeah. So there was just the one healing potion that you guys found. I thought there was one in that vault, but it was like the emerald and the scroll of magic missile.
Hmm.
Okay, so Ezrin does have it. So you still have one more action, Valerie.
I just don't want it to hit Cairo again.
Yeah, I mean you could shove, you could grapple it again, but it's gonna be at a big penalty this time. Any sort of those things. Is there like intimidate, or there's gotta be something you can do, right?
I'm looking
Oh,
right now.
you
Plus-
can intimidate. You've done that before.
The other thing is like it hit Cairo and knocked it down, and then immediately turned on you and started going for you. So tactically, it doesn't seem like it's trying to focus on Cairo, right?
I wouldn't know that. Okay.
True, you might not know that, but it did, leave Cairo.
Did.
Yeah, because it's like an elemental and not a beast. It's not trying to like kill something to feast on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more summoned to protect the chamber.
Okay. Well, I'll just attack it again.
All right, this will be your third attack for the turn, so this would be
Mhm.
the minus 10. That's gonna miss, even without the flat check. That misses for sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check.
Okay. So you throw the shield down and just start hacking at it. One good blow hits, but then the rest are having trouble. Okay. That brings us to Halrysian.
All right, I will stride around and try to shoot this guy or hit this guy. Do I make my check?
Yeah, so it is, yeah, so it's flat-footed because can something be, I think he can be flat-footed even though the smoke is concealed, right? Let's look up flanking real quick. But go ahead and make your flat roll.
Five.
Yeah, there's nothing in the flanking that says you have to be able to see necessarily. 5's enough, so 5 will make your attack connect. He is flat-footed because of the flanking, so
right.
go ahead and make that attack.
28.
28 is a crit.
All right. That's 10 piercing plus
10 piercing plus a d6 times 2.
16.
6 more. Oh, he had 15 hit points and he did 16 damage.
Amazing.
So, how would you like to do this?
I will use my rapier as like a feeling as I move forward, and I poke it once, and then I stab, hoping it's not Cairo. Stab into it from the back.
Yep, and as you stab through it, the whole creature like disappears into like the wisp of flames, and the smoke clears, like slowly, like it's still hazy, but it's gonna clear out, and this creature is at least dead. But as the smoke clears, you see Cairo still lying there on the ground, like possibly dying out. So up next is Ezrin.
One action to stride over. Second action, pull out the potion because it's stowed away. Third, administer.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the potion.
It does not tell me how much or what I have to roll.
Let's look it up. Healing potion. A minor healing potion, so it's a 1d8.
Oops, sorry.
Yes, 1d8. That is correct.
Forgot how to roll and roll 20. I'll just do this.
/R 1d8. All right. So you come back at 6 hit points, Cairo. You wake up and you're still on fire. You're still burning.
Yep. I
So-
immediately dive into the water.
So in action to stand, right?
Yep.
In action to stride over there, and then
Yep.
you flop into the water. Yeah, and like as you're jumping into the water, there's like a little tooltip that says sometimes persistent damage can be avoided by using the environment to your advantage, such as rolling in water while you are burning. And as I'm pretty sure, if they drop to the ground in a square filled with water, the flames go out automatically. Yeah, so in this condition, you drop into the water and put the flames out before it actually does any damage to you, because you would take damage at the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you guys. You defeated the fight, and you each get 90 experience.
Noise.
So yeah, so just to recap persistent damage, since we didn't really see it in action there, when something hits you with persistent damage, which I think even some of your spells can do that, right, Ezrin? Like with the acid? They would take damage at the end of their turn. You take damage at the end of the turn when you have persistent damage. You take the damage and then you roll a flat check, right? We learned about the flat checks. It's just a d20 roll. If you roll 15 or higher, the persistent flames, like the persistent damage, goes away on its own. Otherwise, something that's like covered in acid or in fire that's taking persistent damage can use an action to put out the flames And if you try to put out the flames on someone or put out the acid, you make a flat check right then and there to make it go away. So it's not automatic, but you can make a flat check happen with an action. You know what I mean? So you would have essentially a 25% chance to put out the fire because 15 or more would put it out. And that's how persistent damage works in Pathfinder. It's interesting.
Noise.
That makes sense? Yeah.
Yup.
Okay, so 90 experience each, and you like the flame orb is still sitting there, and you still have the earth orb and the fire orb. Cairo, you're like had a near death experience. Like, how does that look to you guys? Like, this is probably the toughest thing you guys have fought yet.
That was rough. Might I suggest that next time, A, I do not get near the dangerous things and I run away from them, and two, that we retreat to places with water, because I'm pretty sure they would have been pretty fucked up in the water.
Yeah,
And
thinking back, you think he might not even been able to go into the water at all.
yeah. So next time, let's retreat. I understand that you came to my defense and saved my life. I appreciate that, everybody. Not the first time I've almost died or gone unconscious, but I'm going to do a little bit of healing. So give me a second. I'm going to pray to my God. I know you don't want to hear it, so I'll be quiet.
Are you using a heal spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So so heal spell would just be like a quick moment.
Yep.
Oh, Hal, you're now the fifth element. Congratulations.
I'm going to do.
Someone has to make Hal fall in love to trigger it.
Yep.
I'm going to do 3 actions. So this is hitting everybody in the room.
Okay.
Which is gonna do a D8.
So, a 3-action heal. Yeah, but didn't you get that feat that ups it to D10s?
Yes, sir.
Or no? So
yes, I
D10
did.
to everyone.
It's 9 points of healing to everybody.
Nice.
Thank you.
Tops off Val. Almost tops off Ezra.
And then I'm gonna do a medicine healing on myself, but I'm gonna stand in the water while I do it because I don't fucking trust it.
So you're gonna take 10 minutes to band yourself up. So that leaves like Val, Ezrin, and Hal, 10 minutes to like poke around the room, or what would you guys like to do?
I would like to pick up my shield.
Yeah, no problem. You get your stuff back.
Yeah. And just take a look at this thing right here.
Yeah, it looks like as you get close to the orb, it looks almost like there's like shifting kind of like dirt and rocks, and like it's just a flowing circle of like earth. And you just stand next to it. It looks pretty interesting.
I looked to Ezrin real quick. Ezrin, how did the rats came about initially? I'm sorry, I wasn't really paying attention.
They popped out of this here and Ezrin gestures towards the fire orb.
Right. It's like I'm just cautious. I don't want to trigger anything and have anything else pop up while Cairo's praying.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Just so everyone's aware, we probably all should have bought healing potions. They're only 4 gold apiece. That's my bad. We had enough gold between all of us to get one each. Probably would have been a good idea.
Time to head back up and go shopping. If you want to do a cutaway to you guys like having bought potions that morning before going down, like you said, they're only 4 gold each, so you can buy some if you want.
Could we retroactively?
Yeah, retroactively that's fine. You could just subtract the gold and add the healing potions now. I'll give you this one shot to retroactively buy whatever potions you want in this one moment. We kind of that's in 5th edition buying potions is really expensive, right? It's like 50 gold or something like that, I think. Here they're much more like a commodity that you just purchase pretty cheap.
Wow.
There's a 12 gold one that's restores 2d8 plus 5 for 12 gold. That's the next level up. But you guys can definitely get the 4 GP ones that heal 1d8.
That was fucked up. Thank you, Ezra and Deer.
Much obliged.
I'm gonna let my dog out. I'll be right back.
There's a dog.
Yeah.
It was
So-
that little rat on fire. I think that is his dog. He pet him. He pet him too much.
He
Yeah.
forgot to feed it. Is it a 1d8 for the
It's a 1d8 healing potion. Is 1d8. Yeah, the minor healing potion is a 1d8 healing. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So you guys don't want to do anything until until Cairo gets like bandaged up, and he'll get that done. Looks like he's done with 23 hit points. So after he's done being bandaged, you're still in this room with these 3 elemental orbs. You can sense with your recall knowledge earlier, Ezra, like they serve a purpose. Like there's something that they do.
Well,
You're pretty sure they would be activated by touching them.
anyone fancy to give it a little poke?
I could do it. I feel healthy.
Right? Well, since you're so kind to volunteer, then I'll back you up.
Hal
Alright.
slips out of the room.
What was it? Was it this one?
Which one do you want to touch?
Well, I'm already here, so okay. Everyone, back away. All right, and then I'll touch it.
Okay. So you reach out and you touch the earth orb, and as you do, the rest of you guys hear almost like an earthquake rumbling, and the walls begin to quake a little bit, and like dust begins falling from the ceiling. And during this sort of like grumbling boulder noise, you hear a voice within the grumbling that says, "Call upon the earth to gain its strength." And you receive an ability, Valerie, that you can call upon the earth once within the next 24 hours. And if you spend an action to call upon the earth, all of your melee strikes deal 2 extra damage until the start of your next turn.
Damn.
What's up,
Wow.
buddy?
So it's like a 1 turn, 2 damage flat.
Oh, you
bonus.
give me that. Look.
Know where our raise the shield is and stuff like that. So you could even put it there,
Not a bad idea.
so you can remember that it's there. The cool thing is
As a huge wind just comes through the cavern and blows in the thing and swirls around you guys. And on the wind, there's a voice that enters your ears like a whisper that says, "Call upon the wind to gain my blessing and soar through the sky." And so you have a special ability you can use within the next 24 hours. By spending 1 action to call upon the wind, you can fly for your next action.
What?
holy crap.
So once you call an action to instill yourself with the wind, and then you can fly up to 40 feet and end on solid ground. So like a 40-foot small gust, the wind like lifts you and just carries you. It's like a 40-foot fly, like leap, I guess. You have to end on solid ground.
Mm.
If you don't, then you fall and take bludgeoning damage.
The other one,
So I guess you don't have to end on solid ground, but you should.
the other one was 1 action as well.
Yes, they were both 1 action.
Wee.
And the fire one, you touch the fire one, and like nothing happens. The fire one seems to have summoned this fire elemental, and it's currently like in recharge mode.
I think this thing just summons rats, so it's probably broken or something.
What a shite orb.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
which god do you want to worship?
Let's go find. Well, I have the fire one because I serve a sun goddess, but clearly that's more the elemental fire, not the sun. So that's why it's defective and just spitting out rats. Let's go find this water orb. It's probably malfunctioning as well, and we're gonna have to kill some water elementals.
Well, it looks like the water orb shattered, which is what caused the pool of water in the first place.
Right.
But
Maybe something came
yeah,
out.
maybe. So yeah, so we're back to exploration mode.
Are we going late tonight or are we ending at 10?
No, I think we're about to end.
Okay. I'm detecting magic because that's what I'm good at.
Scouting.
Unless you guys want to go later, we can, but I wasn't necessarily planning on it.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so you make your way back to this sort of soggy crossroads, and as you move up north, like the stench becomes stronger and stronger, Hal, to where it's like becoming almost like nauseating to you, and so yeah, so the description, right, says there's an overpowering stench in this chamber, like rotten fish mixed with oily sweat. The warm, humid air only adds to the foul atmosphere. Unlike the previous chambers, this one appears to be a natural cavern, dotted with limestone stalactites and stalagmites, making it hard to see where the room ends. Although you don't have any light sight, so you can't really see into it, but you smell it for sure.
I thought Cairo was in the other room. Perhaps he is ahead. Smells like Cairo after brunch.
I could sense the similarities. Yes.
I'd say it's quite mean, but it's not wrong.
There is something up here.
Yeah, so you walk in, the light of your like sword like echoes down the chamber, like goes down the chamber, and like how your see like out of the corner like of the light like just shimmering, it kind of turns and sees you guys, because you know it's in this room. You guys are like casting light. You're definitely noticed by this thing. It looks like this. A Zolgath warrior.
Oh, it's
What's that?
Oh,
Zolgath, also known in the common tongues as troglodytes.
it's not a Sahu again.
It's not a Sahu again. This is a Zolgath, aka a troglodyte. And you look as you come into the chamber, Hal, and you know you're scouting, so you're giving a bonus to your group. But like they're all like sitting on the ground. Their weapons are like next to them. They're not like prepared in a defensive combat. And you look like you guys have got the drop on them in a sense. So let's roll initiative and then take a break and come back next week and do the fight.
Awesome.
So they are all like super not ready for this. Let me just read what it says. So like there's a pop-up that says surprise creatures start off combat seated without their weapons drawn. Until they spend an action to stand, they're flat-footed. They also have to spend an action to draw their weapons, giving you guys the combat edge.
Ooh. Do we roll with perception for our initiative?
Yeah, everyone go ahead and roll perception for your initiative on this one.
I
And they're
will
gonna-
when I have a turn tracker.
Yeah, is it not up? No, there it goes.
No, sir.
So they are also going to roll initiative for their.
We get a +1,
or
Val, so
perception
you're
for
gonna
that.
want to change your.
You do get a +1 from Hal. Because Hal did do the scouting.
They still rolled a 23. Holy shit!
Yeah, even though they rolled a 17 on their initiative, so even though that you caught them, they're still gonna go before most of you guys.
You just
Oh,
deleted
natural
me.
20.
I will do it again.
Well, I can add you.
That's okay. I will punch in my 25.
Yeah, Kyra, you got a 29 too. Don't forget your +1.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it in. I hit the button and it's frozen. Hold on.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Roll20 with me lately. It freezes up like this.
Weird. So yeah,
Like,
and the other thing too, Hal, is you kind of move into this room, and you are now sure that the source of these stench are these Zolgath. They smell terrible, and like you almost feel like you are like holding down like vomit as their stench washes over you.
Perfect.
Okay, so that will be where we pick up next week. So we did it, guys. We made it through a few more rooms. We got to see some cool stuff like elementals.
how many are there in the room?
Well, you can't really see.
Well, how many are there in the room?
1.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, Hal can see the corner of one. So let's see. Let's recap. What did we learn about tonight? We learned about persistent damage. We learned about flat, like attacking concealed creatures, right? So attacking things that you can't really see, having like flat rolls. We learned about ambushes and using like stealth to start combat from the enemy perspective and hiding. Although their hides were so terrible that they weren't actually ever hidden from you guys. But like theoretically, if they did have better stealth rolls, you guys could have been in trouble as they ambush you because you would have been flat-footed at the start of that combat, and they would have like got their sneak attack damage. We learned about taking care of barricades very slowly and carefully.
Yes.
Oh, we learned about complex traps and how they work because there's a cut back to that like fountain and it's still like spinning and spraying like wildly and like water just shooting all over the room. Like, yeah, complex traps are an interesting sort of thing.
I like how we were just like, we'll come back for that later.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, so that's what we've learned about tonight. That was a lot to learn. Oh, we learned about shopping and the importance of buying 4 gold healing potions.
Yeah, I didn't know they were so cheap.
Yeah.
We also
They were
learned
not.
don't pet the dog that's on fire.
Well, I mean, that wasn't what set me on fire. If I wouldn't have even pet the thing if I knew I was going to be on fire, I would have just moved away. I could touch it, no problem, do damage and enfeeble it, but its attack would do fire damage to me, and then when it crit, it does more than my health. So
Right. It says
I would have just run away in that first round because I would have been on fire, so I would have needed to put it out.
yeah. Yeah, the it does the like the bite when it bites you that like injects the flames in you, I guess. So it's not the touching it or
Yeah.
melee striking it. It's just part of its attack. It had 45 hit points. That's pretty solid for a creature. It's a CR3 creature. You guys are
Beefy.
level 2, right? So
Yep.
in the combat, if you guys were level 1, it's just you versus the rat. And since you guys were level 2, the 2 additional rats were the equalizer to make that balance for level 2 characters.
Right.
They had the same stat blocks as the rats you fought at the beginning. I just flavored them as being cinder, like flamey sort of like thing. So
I mean,
otherwise, they're
really,
just plain old rats.
the way that encounter really is supposed to go is you get back in the water because the thing's made out of fire, so you retreat and it can't get into the water, and then you do damage from a distance. And
You could, yeah.
the
It
cleric,
can't go into the
cleric,
water.
the cleric walked up to the fire thing because of his sun god, and then he almost died for it. So I have the wounded one on me, right?
You do have wounded one, yeah.
All right,
Well, you treated wounds. Does that take off the wounded one?
Oh, you're right. It does. You're totally right.
Yeah,
and I can do that again in an hour.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You were right.
I think Valerie, we're still within the hour, so Valerie is pretty close to running out for the bowl of water that you drank. But I think you still would probably have it.
My sentinel at death's door.
Yes.
So that only works against her. She couldn't have used it to neutralize the crit against me.
It's only within her because she's using the power in her to surge it up.
Looks like I should have drank from it.
Yeah. So you had an hour, so we did like 2 combats. And we did doing the trap, and we took like 10 minutes of downtime to treat. I think you're pretty close to coming up on the end of the hour, but I think you're still within the hour because you guys have been moving pretty fast.
Yeah, we've been going from room to room, just taking 10 minutes here or there.
Yeah, the other thing with the power, the elemental powers you got last 24 hours. So as long as if we don't leave the dungeon and get like a 24-hour long rest, then you're gonna be fine on that one. Yeah, very cool. You guys have any questions? How many people did not use their hero points tonight?
I didn't.
I never had a chance. I didn't fail a roll except for like an attack roll, and
wow,
I got a hero point like way after the fact, and then the next fight in, I was unconscious the entire time.
Right.
Same.
I mean, it wasn't way after the fact. It was like the next room.
I never made any checks I needed to re-roll.
True. Brianna did, but still didn't help.
Nope.
But for once, it wasn't a lower roll.
Yes, breaking the cycle.
Breaking the cycle.
So good hero point rolls from now on.
I hope so.
I mean, it was a better than roll before the next one, but it didn't equal an success. I don't think we've had a single hero point used that resulted in a success.
No, which means the whole system's trash, and we should just stop using it.
Right.
Nah,
Nah.
it's cool.
Well, what is our ending experience total, guys?
478, unless I
Mm,
did the math wrong.
That's
I
what I
have
have
that
too.
as well.
that's not bad. We're getting
Halfway
up there.
to level 3.
Yeah, we're halfway to level 3. Interesting. I wonder how much experience there is between now and you might hit level 3 as we like complete the module. That'd be cool. That'd be fitting. Okay. Well, I think that wraps up this week. I am DM Steve. Thank you for joining us here again. This is very important. If you're watching us live right now on Twitch, follow us. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, please. It doesn't cost you anything, and it'd be a good gift. This is the last stream I'm personally doing before the end of the year because we are right before New Year's Eve. So goodbye, 2020. Hello, 2021. 2020, you think would be a good year for like D&D and Pathfinder because of like the whole 2020 thing, like double natural 20s. But didn't work out that way.
Nah.
Although
Can I?
it was a good
I
year
just want to.
for D&D, I think, because I got a lot of D&D
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like one of the best things that happened in my life this year, because the rest of the year was awful, was getting to play D&D with all of you. Nina, not as much, but I'm hoping to more of that in the future. But for everyone else, like we've been playing hundreds of hours of D&D together, and it's been like the way I've been socially interacting with people because of isolation and stuff like that to be safe and like without D&D, I don't know what I would have done this year. So like to
True.
say that this year was good for D&D, like I agree. And I met my girlfriend through playing D&D. So like at the end of the day, it was a good year for that. You're totally right.
That is cool. Yeah, it was a good year for D&D despite everything else that sucked. So in that sense, the 20s make sense. Roll double natural 20. Well, you guys have a sign off. Let's do reverse order that I did at the start of the session. So Rick, you go ahead and say bye first. Tell people where they can find you.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. You can find me on Twitter at Hallowed, on Twitch at Hallowed RPG, and on YouTube at The Hallowed Hunt. Thanks, guys. Have a happy new year.
Okay. Brianna.
Bye guys. I don't have any socials because I quit social media a while back, but yeah, happy holidays. Hope it was a good one and safe. And happy new year.
Uh, oh, actually, I guess I did it wrong. Let's do Jordan next.
Happy holidays and happy new year, everybody. I'm just gonna straight up say it. Don't go to get-togethers. Stay home. And just 1 year out of your entire life. Have a nice, calm, relaxing night. It'll be like a preview to when you're, 70 years old and you're just relaxing, enjoying things, and you're not going out and drinking and hanging out with people. Just stay home. Let this one go because there are more virulent strains out there that are more contagious. And the last thing we need is to overtax hospitals that are already at maximum capacity. So take one for the team. And when I say the team, I mean the human race. And be responsible and stay home and relax and hope for a better year. I love you all. Who cares about social media? Love each other. Be kind to each other. Have a good one.
That was a very strong sign off, and I am glad I'm not the one following that up. So
I know.
Nina.
Should I even say anything? That's like a
Yeah, what
nice
can you say?
bookend to everything else. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
No,
Well, we'll be
but
back.
honestly though, it's such a pleasure meeting you all. This is a nice bookend to, like the D&D aspect of my 2020. Um, it's been a pleasure. I mean, like piggybacking off of what Jordan said, I hope I do get to play more, like D&D or Pathfinder with you guys because you really are such a joy to play with. Thank you for accepting me in this group. Thank you, Steve, for inviting me to play in this game,
Of
even though it was
course.
super random. I'm glad
Yeah,
I accepted because I'm really having fun.
I'm glad too. I hope you guys are all having fun. And with
Lower
that,
shore.
yeah, with that, we're definitely wishing you a happy 2021. We'll see you next week here on Menace under Otari with the Otari 2600s. Take care, guys. Bye.
Q80.